is my mic live? Hello. 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 Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? You doing good? Good. I just need to, oh, as always, lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. How's it going? How's it going? I feel like my webcam has been aimed upwards because I feel like much shorter than normal. Wait, just sit nice and upright. There we go. Yes. Yes. We've got the Monster Ultra, you know, traditions. I've got my lovely Heineken cup that I stole from the London E-Prix. It's going to be a good stream. Oh. You don't really realise what colour energy drinks are, and sometimes it's best not to know. Who's saying late? It started exactly on time. In a glass today, well, I mean, it's made of plastic. It's a plastic Heineken cup, but it's more than nothing. It's better than a shoe, let's say. Yes, you guys may notice. You guys may notice there's a new emote, as you guys were saying. Apparently, there's been a few incidents where we have run out of fuel while playing Formula 1 Manager. So, you guys were suggesting last time a low fuel emote. I have added a low fuel canister. I tried a few different options. It turns out the emotes are only like 32 by 32 pixels, so it's quite hard to get some that actually makes sense. So I went for like a very simple, I literally just drew that by hand, like an hour ago. Hope you like it. Hello everyone. Feeling good? I'm feeling great. Only 3.8 to go for the egg shui. Yes, and I am scarified. Scarified, that's the word. I am scarified. Just had to watch 2 ads fuming. Get YouTube Premium, what are you doing? You have to run ads on YouTube. Like that's how I pay my rent. Get YouTube Premium. It's good for you and it's good for the creators. Need a medium speed corner. Yeah, I was thinking about that. What does that look like, guys? What does a medium speed corner emote look like? We got 32 pixels to work with times 32, which I guess is wait, calculator. Let me, if I do it fast enough, it'll look like I just did it off the top of my head. Wait. 32 by 32, which is obviously 1024. But that's not that many pixels to draw a corner complex. Sorry, Mr. V, I'm using ad block. Turns out I'm out on the streets then. I'm going broke. No, it's fine. Well, to be honest, the best way to support a creator, a channel, is, you know, to like, well, the absolute best way is to buy merchandise. Like, if you, this is not merchandise, this is just a shirt. If you wanted to pick up a Mr. V shirt from mrvsgarage.com or a hat, you know, that is by far and away the best way to support me or any other channels that you like. If they have merchandise, that's the best way to do it. I understand why some people want to use adblock, but it's my job, so I have to run them. It's fine, it's fine. Lewis Hamilton emote? It's just the GOAT. Just a single corner. Yeah, but if I just draw a corner, like what you're saying is, wait, let me show you. Ooh, accidentally gave away the next video there. That'll be bad. So let's design this emote together, guys. Here's Photoshop. Here's my little square. This is 10 times the size it shows up on YouTube. Do I just do like that? That's a medium speed corner. Like, how do I do it? What does it look like? Up to 3 hats and a shirt for a Snowdium at this point. Rent in exchange for winning. I mean, that sounds like a good deal to me. That's literally a win-win. Good evening, Mr. V. Today the garage will finally be beaten and defeated. What? The Snowdium is coming and the garage will have no way of answering. But you're saying it like the garage is against Sonoda. I am the garage. I am the garage. I want the Snowdium. I tried buying memberships since when we still thought Yogi will finish Canada. YouTube just doesn't want my money. Yeah, I can't help you with that. I can't help you with that. But thank you for trying. Can you draw on a deli? Yes, but thicker. But just one more. You want a corner complex? You want a switchback? Well, that's not a medium speed corner. That's a corner complex. Oh, I see what you mean. This is the inside of the corner. And then we have the outside curb as well. There we go. Is this what you want? Because that doesn't make any sense out of context. It doesn't make any sense out of context. You think you know what the next video is? Well, you can see from the tabs on here that we might be doing sponsor logos as tracks. Formula 1 sponsor logos as tracks specifically. So you know, we got the I'll give you a little hint. Here's Rolex. Yeah. It's not a great track, is it? It's not a good track, is it? Anyway, let's turn this off. Let's get into F1 Manager 24. Red and white curbs. Okay. I'll make a corner, but it doesn't portray the meme. It's just a corner. It's just a corner. I thought about it, but it's just a corner. Rolex instant F tier. Yeah, there's quite a few F tiers in the sponsor. There's some absolutely beautiful stuff. There's some garbage, like the worst ones we've seen out of any of these videos. Garbage. So just prepare yourself for that. Like mentally prepare yourself for that, guys. I'm just saving my various photoshops. Lovely stuff. All right. Let's get Steam going. Let's smash it out of the park. Some of you on the Discord just earlier were showing there's a Formula 1 tracks GeoGuessr, like custom map, which I was very intrigued by. If you guys ever want a break from F1 Manager, as a little aside, I do think a little bit of like F1 quizzery, GeoGuessr would be a nice way to like, hang out. Obviously, you can do like open lobbies on GeoGuessr, so we can all compete. Obviously, I will win because I am the most knowledgeable Formula 1 nerd there ever was. But you know, you guys can have a go. You can fight for second, and that's fun for you. That's fun for you. Sounds fun. Sounds fun. We could try it out. I was planning not the longest stream today. So maybe not today. I think today we're just going to do the Hungarian Grand Prix. And I might have to call it because I've got a busy week this week. I need to get a lot of stuff done. I'm going away on Friday for 8 days. So I really need to get the next video finished before then. And my videos take such a long time. So I was planning not the longest stream today so I can go to sleep and have another start tomorrow. Blah, 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 blah. But next stream, and if I do get my video done, next stream Thursday, maybe. We shall see. We shall see. Beware the music. I'll just play it on mute. It's fine. Yeah, I did notice that. Thought the F1 manager intro was thunder and I was about to die. Hell yeah. Oh, it never wants to actually show the game. There we go. There we go. We are back in the Mr. vs. Garage. I saw a question. What's your favourite Formula 1 track? I think I've been asked this before. I don't know. It probably varies every time you ask me. I could tell you which ones aren't my favourite, I guess. Process of Elimination. But, you know, some good ones. Interlagos, Albert Park, Silverstone. I do really like Monza, actually. I kind of realised this weekend how much I like Monza. Also, guys, I'm assuming you've all seen the Italian Grand Prix, the Pirelli Gran Premio d'Italia. I'm assuming you guys all watch this. There's not going to be any spoilers for anyone, because we might have to talk about that a little bit, I think. Fang Yeti, thank you for the $5 super chat. I was kind of waiting in case it comes up in here. Still have some enormous delay in Streamlabs. Don't know why. Just is. Because the text-to-speech is going to read it out, so I'll wait for that to read it. Oh, no, you said you have to leave in 10 minutes. All right, fine. I missed last time and I had to leave in 10 minutes to go play Magic the Gathering. And touch grass and stuff. Remember, Ferrari Strat actually worked this weekend. That's because Ferrari weren't doing Ferrari Strats. Ferrari have fired the Ferrari strategy team and they've hired someone else's instead. Well, Ferrari have fired their strategy team and clearly I've picked them all up to work for the Mr. vs. Garage. God damn. Thank you for the $5 super chat. It will come through at some point. You might catch it. Who knows? I need to figure out why there's such a delay. It is kind of crazy. Is it time for the Synodium? I hope so. Hungary on paper, shouldn't be a great track for us, because everyone keeps telling us we have bad low-speed performance. But these predictions seem to mean nothing, and we just randomly do... That's loud.
I missed last time and I have to leave in like 10 minutes to go play MTG and touch grass and stuff. Remember, Ferrari Strat actually worked this weekend.
Hell yeah. Thank you for the super chat, Fang. Thank you for the super chat. We'll try our best Ferrari Strats today. You watched the Grand Prix twice? In like 24 hours? Are you insane? It was good, to be fair. I wouldn't watch it twice. I wouldn't even watch an amazing one twice. Not in 2 days, maybe like a week later. Are we actually going to cook today? I mean, we're going to turn the oven on. It might be cooking, it might be burning it to a crisp, but we're going to be in the kitchen nonetheless. The New Chair podcast was good, by the way. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I've been enjoying the podcast. I didn't think I'd be any good at it, but then I didn't think I'd be any good at streaming, and you guys seem to like it, so I'm a terrible judge of what I'm good at, apparently. What's the betting Ferrari Strat's actually good? Mr. V doesn't do a Ferrari Strat. Try regular OBS. Streamlabs does have more like features. I could try normal. I do have normal OBS. That's what I use for actually recording for videos. I'll give it a go, and I think normal OBS is better for like streaming to Twitch as well. You have to pay to do that in Streamlabs, which is kind of annoying. We'll see. We'll see. Remember the livery? Yes. We need to do a few things. We've got some angry exclamation marks. Livery first. Let's go in team branding. Back to our normal, beautiful Mr. vs. Garage livery. Save that. And the race suits. I'm trying real hard not to burp down the microphone, but I just downed like a whole Monster Energy, so we shall see. We also need to change some parts, because We have failed inspection on the underfloor. Oh. Oh. We're running out of floors. Actually, when do the new ones get made? We have one will be made in 2 days' time. Do we need more? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We're actually not going to build our car today. We're going to wait until the day before the Grand Prix. Then we'll build the car to make sure we've got all the latest parts in there. Let's look at the inbox. Neil Howdley. Howdy. Neil. Good morning, mister. We compiled the data from last weekend into the attachments below. Before we dig into them, here are the main headlines. Our car's high-speed performance made it a good fit for the track. And look at the rest of the grid. Our car underperforms on full stop. We don't underperform on anything. We have the best car there is. The Hungarian Grand Prix will need solid medium speed performance. So that should be a focus. Our car is decent in that regard, so we're in a good place. I would say Hungary is a low-speed track, but I guess not. Interesting. Interesting. Good to know. What did he attach? Failed some bits. Everyone's doing good. It was not a DNF. It was 9th. You shut up, game. You don't know what you're talking about. Yes. Oh, regulation vote. In Formula 1, regulation changes help us continuously improve the sport for the benefit of competitors and fans alike. Taking this into consideration, we're proposing new sporting regs for the 2025 season. In order to reward qualifying performance, we propose that a single bonus point be awarded to the pole sitter at each race. Yes. Yes. This is absolutely a thing that Formula 1 should have in real life. In the game, I think in theory, this doesn't help us because, I mean, we've never had a pole position, but maybe for season 2, we will be getting pole positions. I just think it's good. I think it's good for the sport. I think it's something, no. Pole position should have a point. Pole position should have a point on moral grounds. I'm going to vote yes. Nah, I want to. It feels wrong. No, it feels right. You should get rewarded. It's not easy to get a pole position. You should be rewarded. Yes. I bought the game today and now have a slight problem. My usual colour scheme is very similar to yours. And even though I always have purple/mint in all games, now it feels like I'm copying you. Yeah, I own these colours, so you're going to have to get new colours. Sorry about that. They are trademarked, the entire colour of pink and turquoise. Illegal. Fully illegal for anyone else to use them, so you're going to have to get something new. Season 2, you'll be bankrupt by then. It's only minus 63 mil, okay? We'll just get a loan. We'll just get a loan. It'll be fine. Get those proposed points down to P12 in there too, if there's an option. It definitely looks like it can be a thing when you look at like the potential things that can have rule changes. Fastest lap gets a point, so pole should too. I agree. How about 3-2-1 points for first, second, third? I also think that's good. If you're going to have qualifying and then the top 3 qualifiers are going to get pulled aside and interviewed, then maybe they should get recognised with some points as well. Yeah, but it won't help you. Now, we are going to have the fastest car next season. Don't worry about that. Vote for. I like it. I think it's good. I think it's a good change. So I'm going to do it. Do we need to develop anything? We have no engineers. So I'll take that as a no then. We're making new stuff. I think that's fine. Made some underfloors. Made some suspensions. Let's just put them on the car now. So uni suspension. Everything else is medium risk, but it'd be fine. We don't have a new front wing. We're designing one. We don't have a better rear wing. Side pods. Okay. He's got that. You've got the bad underfloor, so take this, please. Thank you. Okay, I think we're all good. I think we're all good. We definitely need to make a new front wing, because that is a garbage part of our car. Hell yeah. Go to the inbox. Oh my god. You don't need to email me to say we made the parts. I had a massive pop-up notification. I know we made the parts. The main rivals are Mercedes, and you have more chances for getting a pole than them. So it's a plus. I agree. I agree. And, you know, we've been moving up the grid. We started pretty poor, and now we're, like, clearly the 4th best team. So, I mean, at this rate, we're going to be absolutely dominating next year. But I just, you know, out of principle, I like it. Let's see how everyone else votes. Side pod's low stock? Is that true? Side pod number 3? We have 2, and they're on the cars. That's fair. Yeah, I guess we can make a couple spares. 1 spare? 1 spare. 1 spare. Right. Ooh, did it get voted in? Did it get voted in? Good morning! Thank you to all teams for casting your votes on the proposed sporting regulation changes. We can now confirm the majority of teams are in favour, yes, of these changes. The only people who don't like it are Ferrari, because they regularly just miss pole, McLaren, Williams, and Aston Martin. Red Bull likes it because they get the pole every single time. Mercedes voted for some reason. Very nice. Very nice. I don't know what Kick Sauber thinks they're going to get out of this. Idiots. Cool. Okay. Wait. Stop. I just saw that email. Jessica Hawkins to retire from Formula 1. Didn't know she was in Formula 1. I guess it means as a like a reserve driver or an academy driver. Today, Jessica Hawkins has announced that they will be hanging up their helmet and retiring from Formula 1. The 29-year-old will finish their career at Aston Martin when their contract expires. I guess it just means they're, like, out of the game? Of the entire list of people that's in the game, it's weird that no one else... I mean, who? Jessica Hawkins is, yeah, she's an Aston Martin... I don't know if you call it academy or, like, development driver. She always retires in the first season. All right. Well, no, it's based on, because she's not retired in real life. Who knows? All right, Yuki's going to get 10th. I would like higher targets, honestly. Can I have a higher target with more money? Because we always get like 11th and higher. Our driver's enthusiastic. Car's running good. We don't have any upgrades. They are coming later in the season, but it's a medium speed track. And we are a medium speed team.
And today they're all coming together to kick off what we hope will be a thrilling weekend of racing.
Red Bull have outscored their rivals to be at the top of the constructors' table right now. But there are still plenty of points up for grabs this season.
Okay, it's a dry weekend. Should be good. Not a sprint. Nice and simple. Easy peasy. Let's get out on track, but I am going to do a bit of like a setup gamble just to see. So typically, both our drivers like a balance where the front wing is slightly higher than the rear wing. We're going to want not much straight line speed. So probably, you want a lot of traction around here. Probably something like this. A lot of cornering. Try Yuki on that. I'm just going to try him on that. Because if it's closer to what he wants, then it gives us a little bit of a head start, right? So that's good. Start him on a hard tire. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. You're good. Let's just do a similar sort of thing for Teo. Good traction. That kind of thing. Hell yeah. Could be completely wrong. We'll find out. We'll find out in 20 laps time. Okay. Ready to go. Ready to go. Let's go to Hungary. Charles and Lando will love the new rule. Well, yeah, basically. I mean, imagine in real life if there was a bonus point for pole positions. Well, it feels like Lando and people like Charles get a lot of pole positions, but actually, Max Verstappen just gets the most pole positions. So it would just help Max even more. Well, he did at the start of this season. I want to say he's got 6 this year. Lando has 2, maybe 3 now.
It's all about your tyres and brakes. Okay.
Forgot to put the bad engine in. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But yes, I did forget. Lando overjoyed that he gets a free point. So happy he then bottles P1. Well, he was going to bottle P1 anyway. It is getting a bit concerning, the Lando lap 1. I will say, in Italy, he had a very solid lap 1. Like, good start, good first 2 corners. I said this in the podcast. He didn't make any mistakes for Oscar to get by him. Oscar just pulled off, like, an absolute world-class move round the outside of turn 4. Like, there was nothing that Lando could have done to stop Oscar going round, I don't think. So actually, Lando did have a good lap 1. It's just that Oscar had the best lap 1. Like, an undefendable lap 1. So, there you go. Are we implementing papaya rules in this race, Mr. V? Yes, as always, because... No, actually, no. Papaya rules means cars are free to fight. We are not doing that. If our cars are next to each other, Yuki goes in front. Yuki always goes in front. That's the rule in Mr. Versus Garage, I think you'll find. What do papaya rules mean, Mr. Vroom? It's not entirely clear. So, McLaren have obviously said multiple times this season they don't have a number 1 and a number 2. They have 2 main drivers, which is obviously different to the majority of teams. Like, or should I say, in the majority of front-running teams, it's only really an issue when you're at the front. So obviously in Red Bull, Max is number 1 driver. If it has implications for the championship, Perez lets Max through. If Perez started the season ahead, that would probably swap. But, I mean, we're not talking about fantasy scenarios, are we? It's kind of an understanding in teams like Ferrari that whoever's ahead... Excuse me, George Russell. Whoever's ahead in the championship gets priority in things like track position and battles and stuff like that. McLaren has said they don't do that and the cars have to fight each other, blah, 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 blah. Papaya rules mean, in a simple term, don't crash your teammate. So it'll be some agreement as to like how you can and cannot race your teammate. It will say like you can make this kind of move, you can't make this kind of move, you can't try and overtake in these scenarios or like these parts of the track. It might even be things like saying don't overtake your teammate when there's another car a second behind, such as Leclerc directly behind Piastri on lap 1. It might be something like that. We'll never know for certain. But it basically is some meeting that McLaren had to say these are the ways to fight and these are the way to not fight. Let's call these guys in. Hi, missed the last stream. Did we get a Synodium? No, sadly. We had another... we got points, but Synodium might have run out of fuel 10 meters from the line. We are yet to score our first Synodium. It's coming. I feel it in the air, guys. Someday, very soon, we shall score that Synodium, and I shall drink a beer out of a shoe. I got this quite thoroughly wrong. It's coming. Don't worry. Don't worry. Not very papaya of you to drop on a deli. Yeah. Zach said papaya rules are you can race but don't crash, basically. Yeah, that's what they've said in interviews before. That's obviously very vague, and that's a rule for every team. It's kind of an unwritten rule on the team, don't crash into your teammate. Kind of an unwritten rule in motorsport that. You don't normally have to say it out loud because crashing into your teammate is bad. It will be more complex than that. You know, they wouldn't have a specific term for it if it just meant don't crash into your teammate. I mean, it could just be a way to remind, because sometimes, you know, you get caught up and you're like, I'm gonna kill you're behind the wheel and you're like, I'm gonna fucking murder this guy. Even if it's your teammate, sometimes you get in a bad headspace, so it could just be like a mental reminder to say like, hey, chill out, just calm down, that's your teammate, take it easy, you'll be fine. Or it could be like a specific set of rules. Okay, we actually want kind of a different wing balance, it seems. That was kind of good there. We need to get straights down. Literally like full wing? You serious? Alright. But then we need to dial out that oversteer. Oversteer. Yes! Traction is bad though. Oh. Ooh. 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 Sorry. Okay. Those are all in the zones. They're all in the zones. I'm locking it in. Go on the same tires. Do another 15 laps. You'll be fine. Do another 20 laps. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Confirm. Do that setup. Boff. God, he's very specific on his cornering, isn't he? Think. Oh. Life is pain at times, guys. Life is pain. There we go. All in the zones. I'm locking it in. Same tires. Same run plan. Confirm. Okay. I'm back. I'm back. Cars are set up. We need to train our mechanics to do this faster, because if we can turn around these setup changes more quickly, hell yeah. Setup minigame, more like setup maxi game. It only took me like a minute or two. It only took me a minute or two. Just witness peak gaming. Someone says hire Sergeant and Colapinto. Well, I mean, in this game, Sergeant is still very much employed with Williams. Colapinto, I assume, is in the game, though. He's not rated as highly as other Formula 2 drivers. I think he's not even rated as highly as, like, Antonelli and Behrman, who seem to just win everything in Formula 2 in the game. So, who's messaging me? Don't do that. I think those are the two highest rated F2 drivers. Maybe Hadjar as well. Hadjar is very good. Be interesting. Be interesting. Let's get these setups in. This is slow as hell. We are, though, should add, 7th. Ahead of the two Mercedes. Also ahead of... Wait, what the hell? McLaren have 2 rookies in their car. McLaren have O'Ward up in 3rd place, but also have Bortoletto. Can you do that? I suppose you can. Yeah, Ferrari have got Schwartzman and Behrman. Red Bull have got Hadjar and Perez. Okay. Stroll, Ricciardo, Hamilton, Russell, Crawford. Interesting, interesting. And I'm assuming that's Chloe Chambers in a Haas. Colapinto in a Williams. Interesting. Okay, weird. Try sealing Sauber's reserve driver. That would be Zane Maloney, which I'd be very happy to do. I'm a big backer of Zane Maloney. I think he's an absolutely solid driver. I would be more than happy to take Maloney. We obviously took Pourchaire because he's very highly rated in the game. You know, he's a Formula 2 champion in the game, so can't be that bad. Pourchaire's doing alright, but I think Zane Maloney was rated similar. I think Pourchaire started, what, 79? Maloney was like 77. I would have been very happy to take him, honestly. If we need another driver, we'll do that just to piss off Sauber. Anything just to annoy Sauber more. What do you mean they should have made you actually balance the sliders instead of just adjusting them? What was I doing if not balancing? I wasn't changing them randomly. Where's the push for affiliate Kimi Antonelli? We can't just sign every single rookie driver. We have to be strategic with our choices. It would be good because our current affiliates are kind of garbage, but I don't have any plans to change drivers anytime soon. I'm very happy, obviously very happy with Tsunoda. Obviously, best driver on the grid. Pourchaire is doing an absolutely solid job as well. I think his development rate is very high in this game. I think in like 1 or 2 seasons time, Pourchaire might be rated higher than Tsunoda if we keep playing this, honestly. He's rapid and he learns quick, which is nice. So, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Someone says, can you imagine Hadjar and Max as teammates? The radio messages would just be bleeps. For people who don't watch Formula 2, Isaac Hadjar reminds me of Tsunoda in lots of ways, the way he uses his radio. It's not calm. It's not calm. He's very quick, though, so clearly the anger propels him forwards, like a jet engine. I like Isaac Hadjar, but he could chill the fuck out at times, clearly. Only signs Sauber people. I'm actually quite happy. Sauber Academy is solid. Terry Pourchaire and Zane Maloney. Hell yeah. That's a decent lineup, honestly. Hello, Mr. Fuel Saving Strategies. Ugh. Ugh. What's the song says? Justice for Pourchaire's IndyCar career. He got a little bit screwed over in IndyCar, didn't he? I think McLaren had no intention of keeping him for a long time, it seems. He got kind of screwed. Anyway, let's fast forward this. Let's get some feedback in. I would like my drivers to tell me I have designed the perfect setup. That would make me very happy. We do need to get some track acclimatization as well. If this is a medium speed track, this could be good for us. So we need more than 18% track knowledge. If Pourchaire has the potential to be better than Tsunoda, fire him immediately. No one's allowed to be better than Tsunoda. I'm up for some healthy competition in our team, you know. Obviously, even if Pourchaire is rated higher, I'm going to make him give the position to Yuki. But if he has a really good teammate to clear the way for him to let Yuki through, and then he just pulls up on the line, it's not a bad way. It's not a bad way to get a Synodium, is it? Car feels great. Ooh. Ooh. Well, you may as well stay out in that case. We're not going to be able to change it before the end of the session. Very nice. I got Maloney to 94 overall in 4 seasons. Oh. What is Max even rated? He's rated like 91, right? 94 is disgustingly fast. He's good though. And I guess lots of the people who are currently in F2 and are rated very high in F2, they start this game with like high development rates. So it is kind of OP signing them because they will just be better than the normal F1 drivers in a couple seasons, according to the game. Saw your videos about all the different point systems from one. Loved it. Thank you. There is another one of those coming. I've been working on it. Obviously, we used all the normal point systems, so we have to do some weird stuff. And also, people have been liking the track design ones recently. But there is a part 3 of that coming. Glad you enjoyed it. Welcome. If this is your first stream, welcome, welcome. If you see any emojis, which are my face on an egg, don't ask questions. It's normal. It's completely normal. There's no backstory to that. It's fine. It's absolutely fine.
Yeah, copy.
For me, the Junior Series driver who's impressed the most is actually Dirksen in Formula 2. Shows some quite good pace. Honestly, there's so many drivers in Formula 2 this year who are just on one, who are like having amazing seasons. At the start of this season, it was like hotly touted as being maybe the best F2 season ever, and they were not wrong. Like, the talent in Formula 2 this year is mental. Absolutely mental. So you could basically just pick anyone. Not anyone, but lots of them. Yes, get the Mr. V egg spam in the chat. Lovely stuff. All right, I'm just regurgitating monster energy. Let's fast forward to the end of this session. Come out of this. Let's see what they're saying about this setup. But let's learn this track a little bit more. How are your tires? Oh. All right. Let's not crash. Let's come in. Let's not crash when the tires blow up. Bortoletto last first is insanity? Yes. Yes, it was. I just woken up and I turned on the race. And it was like... it was just after the lap 1 crash. So I missed that annoyingly. But then, yeah, watching Bortoletto come through, obviously got very lucky with the safety car, but like he was insanely rapid even before that. He'd made up, what, like 10 places on track even before the safety car, like some stupid number of places. You can do that in Monza, but still, like, naughty scenes from Bortoletto. Lovely stuff. Love to see it. Literally doing like Super GT Jimmy Broadbent challenges in a Formula 2 race. Love to see it. All right, finish the session. Let's see what these setups are like. th and 12th, Gabriel Bortoletto, quickest driver in FP1, followed by Hadjar. Hadjar, who beats Perez by 0.1. Oh, Perez. It's not a good look, is it? It's not a good look. All right. 94% on the setup already. I've only done one practice session. Hell yeah. Oh my god! Optimal. I'm tempted just to leave it there. I kind of want to like get a tweak in for these two, just in case. Because I feel like we can... Oh. I feel like we can get that going, right? Oh, I just saw... Lameep is back! Lameep with a 10 gift subs. As always, thank you so much for supporting the channel. To all the new channel members, try out your new emotes. Get linked up with a Discord if you want to join in there. Hell yeah, Lameep. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? I'm going to revert that. I'm going to try this again. That could be good, actually. Just get the braking stability just down a tiny bit. That's going to be bonging for a while. Lameep, the absolute mad lad. Every single stream, Lameep the GOAT. Alright. Let's just do that. Maybe he likes a little bit less braking stability. If we can get that 94 up a little bit, that would be cool. That would be nice. See what he says about that. See what he says about that. Go on some mediums. Do like 15 laps. Yes. Lovely stuff, Yuki. Lovely stuff. Very similar story here for Porcher. Someone says, new week, new pay, new stream bomb. It's not even once a week, it's every single stream. I've been streaming 2 or 3 times a week and it just does not stop. Not complaining. Not complaining. Lamit, honestly, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for getting all these new people into the family. All these lovely new green screen enthusiasts. Love to see it. Alright. Not looking so good here on Porcher. We need to sort that one out. That is not the way to do it. So maybe start with that. I feel like that toe could be the one. But we need to get that traction up, I think. Maybe down. Honestly, that could be it. Let's try him on this. See what he says about this. 15 laps? Yeah. Let's go to practice 2. If you want to get a membership, don't do it. Just join a stream and Lamit's got you. I mean, honestly, it's not... that's not wrong. It's not wrong. Absolutely crazy scenes. Thank you. Thank you, Lamit. Hell yeah. Sorry if I missed any chat messages, guys. The chat was literally just filled up with all the gift memberships. Let's get out into F2. Let's absolutely smash the Hungary. Someone says Lamit wants Mr. V to get a bigger bathtub. Think about the implications of that sentence for a second. Why?
In a break temperature.
Why? I have to say, I didn't realize how small that bathtub was until I tried to put a chair in it. I've had a bath in it and it seemed... I mean, I said fine. But anyone who lives in the UK can probably vouch for this. What the fuck are we doing with bathtubs in this country? They're all like 4 feet long. Mate, I have to sit in the bathtub with my legs like this. It's like I'm in a Formula 1 car. I'm like this. Oh, you can't even see. Wait, can I get... If I do it this way. If I do it this way. Mate, I'm sat in the bath like this. Why is the camera so high up? Who designed this? Ugh. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You put that camera down. Look at that. Yeah, mate. I sit in that bath like this. I'm like, ooh, lovely, lovely hot water. This is relaxing. It comes up to like here. Like, can't clean my shoulders. Can't wash my hair. I have to fucking nosedive in there to get my hair wet. But that's the same everywhere I've ever lived. We just make tiny bathtubs in the UK. For whom? The Oompa Loompas who live here? I don't understand. It's weird. Mr. V, when are you going to play Terraria in your bathtub? That's a very specific question. I had no plans. I had no plans to play Terraria in the bathtub. Would you recommend it? I haven't played Terraria in years. Solid game, though. Solid game. Practicing for your F1 debut. I don't know if you saw the Abandoned Places video. The fact that you can go to Circuit Le Charade and drive Formula 1 cars from the 1960s. I know there's the place... there's another place in France where you can drive like 10-year-old Renault F1 cars, which I also would very much like to do. Just saying to the people who run the Renault F1 cars, if you want a sponsored video, you know, hit me up. But to drive a 1960s Formula 1 car, and they do like whole day packages. It's not like 3 laps, it's like 6 hours of track time. Hell yeah, I'm practicing for my Formula 1 debut. Not in a Formula 1 race, but my Formula 1 car debut. I need to try those at some point. That is on my bucket list. Like, if you can, you should drive a Formula car. I've never driven a Formula car, but I've only ever driven like closed cockpit vehicles. So I need to give it a go. No, that's not true. I did Formula Student. What the fuck am I talking about? Yes, I have driven open wheel cars, but not much. Not a good one like that. Best channel on YouTube right now. You are killing it. Thank you. Glad you enjoy. I'm just here to entertain. I am a clown. Just joined the stream. Mr. V is talking about bathtub positioning. It's an important topic. Okay? The people need to know about the struggles of British life. Why are our baths so small? Why is everything so expensive? Why is there no air conditioning? All of these things are very important questions. If there's a second season of this game, you have to do a harbour dive for the Monaco win, but just into the bathtub. I may die. I may die if I try that. I'm not joking. That thing is 4 feet long. And as I confirmed to you a couple streams ago, my height starts with a 5, and so it's hard for me to get in there. I will break my neck if I dive into that bath. Formula Student? Question mark. Are you questioning that I did Formula Student, or you're questioning what is Formula Student? Someone says, crikey kind of life. Oh, he didn't give all the feedback. They didn't give all the feedback. Should have done a longer run.
Box, stop on the marks.
Okay.
Didn't somewhere in Portugal operate a classic JPS Lotus? I remember it because it was on a Top Gear episode. Maybe. Lots of old Formula 1 cars are now owned just by people, like private collectors. They can, should they wish to, just like rent them out on tracks. So there's quite a few places that do like Formula 1 driving experiences. Lots of them, not all of them are like full speed F1 driving experiences, you know what I mean? And some are like converted to be like ride along experiences, so you don't actually drive. Because funnily enough, driving Formula 1 cars of any era, not that easy. They're quite niche machines, and it's quite easy to crash them. Someone says, you can do what if student? Explain. So yeah, there's a thing, a competition called Formula Student. If you haven't heard of it, basically it's a university level competition. So it's entered by universities. And typically every university puts together a team of engineering students, but it in theory can be anyone. And you build a car, and then you take it and you do like, you don't race them like on track. As in, you don't race other cars on track. You do like time trials, you do handling tests, that kind of thing. But it's a design challenge. It's like a year-long design challenge. So my university did it as a... How is that not tested? Obviously that's tested, you moron. Let's just go straight back out on the same tires. Yeah, confirm. Same for you. It's nailed. It's locked in. Right. Back out. So yeah, my university and lots of universities did it as like a final year project. It was my master's level project. Some universities, it's just like an extracurricular club, which you can join if you do engineering or whatever. Some universities, like, anyone can join, fuck it. But then obviously engineering students will end up doing most of it because they're the ones who know how. But yeah, you design a car and then you go and drive it. And if your university's any good, you make some pretty serious stuff. It might have different names in other parts of the country. Formula Student is not just the UK. Formula Student is I was going to say a European thing, but you get Australian teams as well. You do have some US teams, but I think they might have a different competition, as you say. Hello, Mr. V. How are you doing? I'm doing good. How are you? Welcome to the streams. If I recognize the name correctly, I might have seen some of your videos, Jake. Does every uni do it? Most of them do. I mean, any uni that has like a serious engineering department has a former student team because it's advertising, right? You go to an open day and they love to wheel out the former student car and the team. Yeah, let's not spam with the chat, guys. You go to an open day and they love to wheel out the car, and that's one problem when I did it, is that we were like obliged to go to every university open day, which was like every week. Do you know how annoying that is? And also my team was an absolute shit show, but I won't talk about that. No, it's good. It's a good introduction to motorsport engineering if you want to get into that, but just engineering in general, because it helps you to learn the reality of working as an engineer, which is that you have to work with other people, and other people are morons. Other people are the worst, but sadly in engineering, everything is teams. You do almost nothing solo in engineering, and so you have to learn to work with other people, and something like former student is very good because everything you try and do will go wrong because of someone else. Hell yeah. Hey there, Mr. Very Good Team Manager, who always remembers to send his drivers out. They're on track right now. I don't know what you mean. They're on track currently. Hell yes. In the Netherlands, we have a shitload of solar endurance cars from unis. There's loads of stuff like that. I know there's loads of different like university competitions. I mean, my university did lots of like space ones, like satellite design ones. Why not? Why not? YouTube algorithm seems to like you at the moment. It means you're making good stuff, man. YouTube promotes videos that people watch, so it means it's working, so keep it going. Which F1 team do I support? I don't support any teams. I just like watching the sport. I like watching good races. There's some teams I don't like for various personal reasons. But I don't support any teams. If you asked me 10 years ago, I would have said McLaren because of Lewis Hamilton. But since really he moved out of McLaren, I wouldn't say I support Mercedes. Just support the sport for the sport. Just want to watch some good races. In a way, that's the best way to watch Formula One. If you watch it like any other sport, like a team sport, I mean, statistically, you're going to be unhappy 90% of the time. So he's an undercover Alpine fan. Yeah, I don't support Alpine. That's one of them that I cannot say that I like Alpine. Evening, Mr. V. Evening, chat. We still don't have Nightbot installed, I'm sorry. It's so much more fun not having a favourite driver or team. I agree. I mean, you can have people you like and don't like. But if you support just one driver, like if you watch the sport and you're like, oh, I support Charles Leclerc exclusively and I'm only happy when he wins, my guy, you're gonna have a real hard time. You're gonna have just a very unhappy time most races. Like if anything less than first for your favorite driver is a bad weekend for you, you're just gonna have a lot of bad weekends. So it's much more fun, you know, follow the storylines. I watch to see if Magnussen is gonna yeet anyone into the wall. I watch to see whether Albon is gonna get into Q3. I watch to see whether you know, Norris can convert a pole into a win. The answer is no. So watch for the storylines, I would say. That's the best way to watch Formula 1. But watch it how you like. I know lots of people who support Ferrari, and, you know, they have 9 unhappy races, and then Ferrari win, and they are the happiest human beings to have ever lived. And seemingly, it's all worth it. So there you go. I just support the team of Fernando Alonso. If you don't like Fernando Alonso, then you are incorrect. Fernando Alonso is clearly the greatest of all time. Not even on track, just as a human. So yes. I think we need a YouTube video explaining team orders throughout history. Oh my god. Well, that's basically just a history of like team orders controversy. Team orders is very simple. It's the team prefers one driver and they tell the other driver to get out of the way. It's basically that repeated many, many times. And it's always controversial because people don't like getting out of the way. Let's get these cars in.
You good to box?
Hey, Mr. V. Looking for a bit of advice. A good friend of mine recently bought an Alpine bucket hat. Should I remove him from my life? Yes. I'm sorry to say that your friend may not have done it yet, but your friend is a serial killer. Like they might be yet to start. It might be coming in the future. You need to get as much distance between yourself and that person as you can. No sane people support Alpine or Renault. Only sociopaths and psychopaths. So you need to cut that person out of your life, block them on any apps you may have them. I would recommend, if they know where you live, I would recommend moving, honestly. That's concerning. I'm sorry for you. That's very tragic. That's very tragic. Mr. Jake Morden just made a video about team orders. Check it out. Check it out, guys. I mean, I'd say that's a pretty good setup if you ask me. I'm just not going to touch that. I'm just not going to touch. Wait, is there anything I can do that just changes cornering? I do that, but then... No, I think I made it worse. Okay, let's revert that. We like 97. 97 is a high number. We like 97. Let's... Do I want one set of mediums for the race? Let's go out in the same tyres. They're going to be low, but I think it's good. Yuki says 91%. Which I don't know if you noticed. It's less than 97. Let's put that there. See if he prefers this. Let's try that one. Same set, 15 laps, confirm, get out there, head out on track. That doesn't take that long to adjust, what? Just the toe angle. Actually, no, maybe it does. Actually, yeah, it's quite difficult to change toe angle in a Formula 1 car. He got the bucket hat because he says he likes Gasly. I live next door to him. Oh, mate, you're in danger. Gasly, I love Gasly. Gasly, great driver. Sadly, Gasly merchandise also is horrible because his logo looks like arse. You can support Gasly, you know, get some Gasly stuff. Alpine, though. Alpine, Formula 1 team. Like, I'm sorry. That must be harsh for you. 97% set up, but he will run out of fuel by the end of the race. That has only happened a couple times, okay? That almost never happens to us. But, just in case, I have added a low fuel emoji, which you guys can use to remind me of how little fuel I have in my car. You used to just type it in words, but now you don't even need to do that. You can just use the emote. I've just seen as well, Yori, 5 gift memberships. Thank you, Yori. Thank you for supporting the channel. We've got a lot of gift subs coming in today. Hell yeah, 5 new people, and now green screen enthusiasts. Try out your new emotes, get in the Discord. It also gives you 10% off at mrversusgarage.com. Why am I saying my own name wrong now? Anyway, yeah, all you new channel members can use the new low fuel emote. For when I inevitably put 10 laps under fuel in the car, you can tell me how much of an idiot I am in pictographic form. Lovely stuff. Let's fast forward time. I really want to get Yuki out and test this setup. That would be lovely. Low fuel in chat. Get Yuki out there. I'm on what, round 11, and I've run out of fuel 3 times. Only happens 30% of the time. No, okay, there's 2 cars. There's 2 cars, right? So it's only 15% of the time. And there's sprint races. So really, it's like 10% of the time. We don't talk about the Chinese sprint. There was no sprint in China. We don't talk about that one. It's like, you know, it's like 10% of the time. That's basically single digits. It's basically only like 9% of the time. It's almost like, it's only like 8 or 7 or 6% of the time. Which is, you know, if you round down is 0. So actually, it never happens. Have you considered that actually, if you just round to the nearest 100, it's 0. And so, I've never run out of fuel. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never run out of fuel. So this is actually just bullying. This is just cyberbullying, guys, what you're doing to me. Which is nice for me. Let's get this fast forwarded. Let's get to the end of this session. Pocher is very happy with his setup. He's just going to learn the track more. 50% setup. 50% acclimatization. It's lovely to see. Lovely to see. How well do you think Antonelli will do next year? It's a good question. I think he will do decently. I think Mercedes generally is a good environment to be a rookie. Because, you know, I don't know if you necessarily want to be a rookie in the best team on the grid. If Mercedes was fighting for championships, but only just, that's a lot of pressure, man. Like, imagine if Mercedes were kind of where McLaren, Ferrari, Red Bull are now, like one of those 3. That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure for a rookie. And you have to get those points and you have to get those podiums and stuff. Where Mercedes are now, kind of like 4th best team, it's actually quite a nice position because you get the confidence of having a good race every now and again. He might pick up a couple podiums, that kind of thing. That's all confidence boosting. But there's not the expectation of taking home a championship and taking home wins. You might just happen to get them every now and again, but like the expectation makes a big difference. You also don't want to be a rookie in like the worst team on the grid. If Stake ends up taking a rookie for next year, condolences to whoever that is, because that is a shit place to be. Like, it's hard to be a rookie, and the best you can achieve is like P19. Like, obviously you can beat your teammate every week, and that looks really good. But other than that, like, what the hell are you meant to do? Tires on 17%. Interesting. Yeah, let's bring him in. I don't want to crash that. So I think, honestly, Mercedes is a good place to be, and it generally seems like quite a supportive team. I think it should be confidence boosting. Let's send him out again. Let's put him on a set of softs. Let's send him out again. Do 15 laps. Go for it, mate. You'll be fine. How are his tyres? 0?
Switch puncture.
Well, I mean, that would do it.
We're checking.
Yeah, let's call that car in, I think. Let's call the car in. I think we might need to call that car in. Didn't crash, though. Think you'll notice. You need to use a tyre compound with at least 15 laps left. Yes, I'm fully aware. Thank you so much, game. We're going to test the same setup. I'm pretty sure it's fantastic. Should be time. Get out of there. He'll figure it out. So yeah, I think Antonelli would do well. Mercedes is a good place to be. It's a good place to be. It's hard to learn the track on tyre rims. I tend to agree with you, yes. I've been kind. They can have some fresh softs. They can learn it real good. This is kind of like real life, you know. Go do your quali run test in P2 because it's the same time of day. I'll give them some rubber just this once, just because I'm feeling extra generous today. 0 tyres, 0 fuel, 0 points, the Mr. V formula. Mate, I DNF'd and still scored 2 points last time. I'm that good at strategy that we can DNF and still score points. What other teams can say that? None. Absolutely none. So actually, which one of us is the Formula 1 genius? I think it might be me. Just saying. Maybe Bortoletto should join Audi, and then hope for Piastri to go to Red Bull. They say Horner wants him if Max goes away. That would all make sense. I do think that Max maybe doesn't have all that long left at Red Bull. I could see next year being his last year, to be honest. I don't like that these guys are fighting. I don't enjoy that. Oh, he's finished his setup feedback. That's nice. I can honestly see Max like calling it quits end of next year. Lots of people saying he'll want to do 2026 just in case Red Bull has the best car again. That makes sense. They need to sort out some internal issues first because, you know, they weren't the fastest team in, I mean, between 2014 and 2021 even. But he stuck around because he liked the team culture. Clearly that's changed and he doesn't enjoy it as much anymore. They need to make some shifts within the team to get that working again. If the team settles down, I could see him staying till 26 to see how it is. If we get some new regulations and Red Bull is nowhere near winning, yeah, gone. And actually, if the team stays like rocky, if there's all this infighting between Marco and Horner and whoever else and Jos Verstappen, I can see Max bouncing next year. It would make a lot of sense, Piastri going there, or even Norris, honestly. It would be cool to see like Bortoletto up into McLaren. But yeah, Bortoletto into Sauber. But Maloney into Sauber. All of these are good options. They're all good options. 96%. 96 is higher than 94, so I'm going to take it. Hello, Mr. V. It's Oscar Piastri in the chat. Would you look at that? Oscar Piastri, I didn't know you were a channel member. That's crazy, and we're talking all this shit about you. Where would Max go after Red Bull? It's a very good question. If he was going to stick in Formula 1, Mercedes does make the most sense. I could also see him... if somehow it's available, Max to Ferrari. Like, let's say Lewis only does 2 years and then decides to retire. Max to Ferrari? I don't know about that. That feels wrong, doesn't it? Mercedes makes a lot of sense. Maybe Aston Martin is the fastest car on the grid in 2 years' time and he goes there. That would also make sense. If not, Triple Crown, mate. He's won Monaco. Go get your 24 Hours Le Mans win and then take up an IndyCar seat. Or even just drive the 500. But maybe like a full year of IndyCar just for fun, mate. Because he's Max Verstappen. He can do whatever he wants. He just loves racing. It looks like IndyCar would actually be genuinely quite fun to be a driver in. Stressful, but fun. 96 and 97. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to simulate P3 because we're liking this. And if I simulate it, my team won't give them punctures, which is probably for the best. So let's just do that. Maybe they'll get their setup even better. Perhaps. I think Jos was right about Horner if he says big people would leave in the team, and now that's happening. Could be a restructuring phase in the team for the next 5 years. I don't think it'll take 5 years, but yes. You know, lots of the people leaving won't be directly because of Horner. People don't live forever. But like, Adrian Newey's not an elf. He's a human with a finite lifespan. So he's not going to work there till he's 110. He has to retire and move on at some point. And it's the same for other people, you know, like Mr. Wheatley. Oh my god, it's 6 foot tall Sonoda. I don't like 6 foot tall Sonoda. It's the same thing for people like Jonathan Wheatley. That man's been there, what, like 20 years? Even if it's the best job in the world, like, you want to try something different. You want to move on. Like, you want to see something new, get a new challenge. It's the same old, same old. Maybe he's just got bored of what they serve in the canteen in Milton Keynes. I've actually heard it's quite good, but you never know. So, you know, people move on anyway. Some of the people leaving won't be because of Horner, but it certainly seems like it's not the most fun place to be, right? So it seems like that team needs to calm down. It needs to get the cohesive, like, Red Bull energy back. The kind of, like, scrappy underdog, we can do this energy that they had basically up until 2021. They need to get that back. 97, 98. Nice. High confidence. Best practice lap time, 1:17.3. We don't have a prediction of quality times, but it's highlighted green, which I'm assuming is good. Have to remember that Red Bull's in Milton Keynes. That is a good point. Nobody wants to live in Milton Keynes for their entire life. You have to remember that if you work for Red Bull, you have to go to Milton Keynes every day and potentially even live there. And some of you may not know what that's like because you're not from the UK or you've just never been to Milton Keynes. You're lucky. That's a punishment. You don't want that. You don't want that. And so there comes a time in your life when you have to leave Milton Keynes. I've done it. I lived there for 4 years, and it had to be. It was either that or have a mental breakdown and I mean, I suppose go crazy and grow a ponytail and start a YouTube channel, which is actually kind of what I did. I left my career, did this instead. So I guess actually maybe the mental breakdown did happen. That would explain a lot. Yeah, you can't spend your whole life in Milton Keynes, man. MK is the literal sticks. It's worse. I wish it was the middle of nowhere. I wish it had... The sticks implies that there's nothing there. What Milton Keynes actually has is 14,000 roundabouts. The people who live in MK are serving sins for their past life. It is in fact just it is one of the 9 hells. That is true. What did you do before F1 YouTube? I designed cars, not Formula 1 cars. Almost Formula 1 cars, but no. I designed electrical systems for cars. This is Q1. I just realized we're in qualifying. What the hell am I doing? It's not raining, and it's not going to rain. No, it's a dry session. So let's go out in a couple minutes' time, and then we'll just get another run in near the end. We're going to go out on the 15-minute mark. I think that should be good. Yes, I was a vehicle design engineer. I designed electrical systems, mostly wiring. It's just as fun as it sounds. I have thought about starting to make videos on the channel not about Formula 1 and talking about cars instead and like the car industry, because I know a thing or two about that. But I think we'll stick with Formula 1 for now because, you know, it's exciting. And in the future, we might start to talk about the car industry. Also, I have to be careful not to break any NDAs. So I need to go and read those again. Distraction time. See, I know. You guys always say that I forget stuff. I know that you're intentionally trying to distract me. Don't think I don't see this. Let's get these guys out. Let's do this first run. See what we got. Snowden starts his run. He looks quick. I mean, that bubble's absolutely flying around. 3rd place, ahead of Ricciardo, which is where we should be. Would prefer to be ahead of Norris. Pourchaire behind Ricciardo. Not good. Not good. That RB is quite quick in this game, but we need to be beating that car now. Right, let's get back in. That was just a warm-up. We were kind of out sync as well, so there was traffic. Get back in. We're going to go same tyres. So 113 laps. I want to say we can go out on the 2-minute mark. But we might do that with a bit of a safety margin. Let's just see where the other lap times come in. Sainz obviously first. The 2 Red Bulls ahead of us. Is Piastri going to do a lap? Ooh, Piastri also slower than Ricciardo. Interesting. Both Mercedes slower than us. I think we're pretty safe to go P16. We're probably fine not doing another run, but we'll do it anyway. Let's go out on the 2-minute mark. Let's just get some confidence in there. 2:30 to be safe? Nah. Oh. Seems we're not going out at all. Do we get a replay?
We're following the action through turn 5. And makes contact with the wall.
Ooh, a 360 spin. Style points, yes, but that looked nasty. It's always a Haas, man. It's always a Haas. Someone says, we aren't trying to distract you, you just can't focus on the game. That's it. Well, it's true, yes. I feel like I wouldn't miss them as much if I was playing just on my own. I think the fact that I'm streaming and trying to read the chat is quite distracting. Don't try and deflect. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Okay. Q1 will resume. I don't think we'll send out the cars now, actually, game. Thank you for the option. Lovely stuff. Bouncy cars. They are very bouncy. I wish the game was less bouncy. I want to see some, like, Wreckfest physics in F1 Manager 25. I want to see the cars hit the wall and, like, smush into them. It's realistic, man. Carbon fiber just disintegrates. I also want to see more safety cars. I don't know if anyone's, like, been keeping track. I think we haven't had a safety car in, like, 5 races now, which you could say is realistic compared to real life, because we also haven't had one for 7 races in real life, which might be the longest streak ever. Yeah, I don't like the cars bounce, and they're fine. I want to see them smashed to bits. It would be more fun. It would be more fun. Being gaslit by chat. Probably, yes. Probably. Alright. I'm going to go on the 2-minute mark. I think we're safe on times. Like, maybe the Aston Martins go ahead of Porsche, but... I'll go now. You guys are making me nervous. What's the point of safety car there? Advertising. Aston Martin advertising. That's about it, to be honest. Right, they're both out. Easily clear to get round to the line. Let's go. Snowder onboard cam for this lap. Final corners. Let's see this. Do I think Valtteri has a future in the sport? Maybe, but it's starting to look less likely. Now there's more rookies coming in, there's less spaces. Valtteri, it feels like Valtteri's really kind of, not given up, but like, he's kind of accepted his fate a couple seasons ago. He's just there to have fun. In the immortal words of Mr. Raikkonen, it seems like it's more of a hobby for him. Valtteri's chill. I think I've said this as well. If he could just retire and become a semi-professional bike racer and just do some bike competitions and then drink gin, I feel like he'd be pretty happy with that. So I think this could be his last season, because he's not exactly putting in like superstar performances, is he? He's not pushing extra hard to try and get noticed by another team. He's had a good run. He's had what? I don't know how many. 10 seasons? When did Valtteri start? 2013? 2014? He's had a few. He's had a few seasons, right? 12, maybe. He's done good. It's like about 50% extra time in the out lap. Yeah, we went out on, what, 2:10? We got around 10 seconds left. So 2 minutes would have been cutting it close. That is obviously getting through traffic as well. We actually just don't improve. There was actually just no point going out, so that's nice. Very cool. Very cool. You think Valtteri's going to stay at Sauber next season? If he's in the sport, it'll be at Sauber. I mean, the only other seat available is at RB. There's no reason for Valtteri to go to RB, obviously. So it would have to be with Sauber. He's fine, he's solid, but he's not exactly putting in the kind of performances that Sauber need to, like, maybe scrape points. I mean, technically, he's below Zhou in the driver's standings. Obviously, he's had a better season than Zhou. Zhou has been torrid. This, just straight bad. Valtteri's kind of fine, he's dependable, he can develop the car, but now they've got Hulkenberg to do that. So I would say Sauber may as well take a rookie. Also, save some money. How much do you have to pay Valtteri? Like a couple mil? Get a rookie in. Pay a minimum wage. You won't know any different. It's cheap. It's cheaper to have a rookie. Obviously, they crashed the car a bit, and that's not cheap. But yeah, I'm not saying he's guaranteed to leave. I said there's a chance he stays. If he does stay, it's with Sauber. Like he's not going to RB. That would just be nonsensical. We shall see. Sauber feels like a retirement home. To be honest, yeah, if they don't improve and if they do like a Williams and they stay as the worst team for like 6 years in a row, I feel like Hulkenberg will also end his career there.
3, 2,
It could turn into a bit of a retirement home team. Not a fun not a fun reputation to have, is it? Every Finnish race driver should just do rally until the end of time. Also, he's still hotter than Perez. Oh yeah, I would rate Bottas above Perez currently on form. There's not many people I put below Perez on. Perez has chilled out. And he's actually had a couple okay races now. Not great, but not nowhere near as bad as he was. But yeah, it'd be cool to see Valtteri in rally, or even Valtteri in I would say IndyCar, but no, NASCAR. Put Valtteri in NASCAR. Hell yeah, I think you'd enjoy it. It looks like fun. You can pay the rookie £4.50 an hour on a Fredo. You sounded like the Tories there. What do the kids need to be paid? £4.50? That's plenty. Back in my day. At the beginning of the year, I thought Mercedes would bring in Bottas for 1 year and bring Antonelli in 26. Nah, they don't want him back. They don't want it back. Gonna throw in a rumor I heard chatting with a stranger last week about F1. Apparently the only reason Paris is still on the Red Bull seat is because he has ties to the mafia.
let's work on these tyres.
Well, yeah, not the mafia specifically, but let's just say some people you don't want to upset in Mexico and South America. I could believe that. I'd race a Formula 1 car for £4.50 in a Fredo. Well, to be fair, yeah, if you have to pay to go to the south of France and drive an old Renault F1 car, actually doing it for £4.50 an hour sounds like a decent deal. I mean, nowadays a Fredo is what, like £1? Like 90p? We're getting close to an actual wage here. Not bad. At Mr. V, thoughts on me, says Oscar Piastri. I think you're doing a solid job, mate. That move around the outside turn 1. Around Norris, bang it, mate. Best overtake of the race, I would say. Yeah, Oscar's doing fantastic. He's doing exactly what he needs to do for a second-year driver. In a way, there's an argument to be made that he's maybe performing better than Lando. I mean, Lando has much better qualifying performance, but I feel like Lando has a bit of a pressure issue, potentially. Oscar's just like, yeah, mate, fuck it, I'll drive the car. Oscar actually seems to do better when he's leading a race. It seems that once Oscar gets down to like P5, P6, he kind of like falters a bit, which actually is similar for lots of drivers. We saw the same thing with Bottas. He would get stuck in like P8 and he just can't get forwards. Put him in the front of a race. Oscar is like the quickest guy in Formula 1. Like, mental. Absolutely mental. What's wrong with the powertrain? Oh. That's not good. We might want to change that gearbox before the race. That seems bad. Please can I have a reminder to change the gearbox before the race, guys? No, you'll be fine, Yuki. Shut up. All right, first lap's in. Ahead of Norris. Norris is behind Sargent, so maybe he didn't do the best lap. We take those. Porsche in the same place. 0.3 difference between them. Not liking that. Hell yeah. Okay, let's get them back in. We're going to send them out at 2:30 this time. Just to be safe.
Copy.
All right. Same tires. Yes, please. Hell yeah. Here's your reminder to change the gearbox before the race. Thank you. Thank you so much. The timing is slightly off. But yes. You can change it without a penalty in this game. You can just change anything at any time in this game. There's like no penalties for parc fermé. I mean, you can't. There's no options to change like your car setup. But yeah, you can stick a whole new engine in between quality and the race, and the game's like, yeah, mate, why not? So yes, you can. Oscar's learning tire management once he's sorted that. It's going to be quicker than Lando. His tire management is decent. Yeah, he's not the best at tire management. He can get better. Some races seem to catch him out, but on some tracks he seems like, as good as the rest of them. He's got a couple of small things, and he doesn't quite have the quali pace that Lando does, but he seems to be there on race pace, honestly. So yeah, I'd rate him very highly. Second year driver. I think he's better than Norris was in his second year. Just saying. Just saying. You could argue that Oscar's the best driver in Formula 1. I could. I'm not going to. I don't think that's true. But you could try and argue that, yeah. Mr. V, if you had to remove one rule from 2025, what would you remove? All aerodynamic restrictions. Let the teams go crazy. If you mean like sporting rules... Oh. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. Honestly, maybe even just get rid of like some testing limits. Like, let people figure out their car more. Then they'll just be better racers. But that'll make them less scrappy, so actually maybe it's for the best. Ban sister teams. That's fair. Honestly, that's kind of fair. Because it definitely gives Red Bull an advantage. But then what is a sister team like? RB is kind of a sister team, but they don't actually share as much as you might think. In lots of ways, Haas is more of a Ferrari sister team than RB is a RBR sister team. But Haas is not a sister team, so like, what is a sister team? Deep philosophical questions, Mr. V. What is a sister team? Yeah, it's a tough one. Maybe enforce that every team has to have a sister team. How about that? McLaren A and McLaren B, and you have to put rookies in the second one. Or like, you know, drivers of less than 4 years experience. Could be interesting. Could be cool. I think the issue is ownership. Yeah, but like, how high up does it go? Because like, let's say that Daimler bought a stake in Audi.
Okay, remember, lean on your tyres here.
Oh shit, I forgot to send Podchair out. He'll be fine, he'll get around to the line. But like, look at this, like how much ownership do you want? Like Daimler own a portion of the Renault-Nissan Alliance. I think they've reduced their stake, but Daimler owned like 9% of Renault at one point. And so do Mercedes own Alpine? No. But like, how many shares of Renault do they have to buy before they do, and it becomes illegal? It like, when you get to this kind of level of business, it's so complicated. Because yeah, if you look on paper, I'm sure that V-Carb and Red Bull Racing are not owned by the same company. They'll be owned by like independent holding companies that, after a long paper trail, are eventually owned by Red Bull, the drinks company. But there's so much paperwork in between, you can't prove anything. You can't prove anything. It's all just like accountancy and lawyers and bullshit.
So we should be good on traffic. Go one and push.
I don't think it's fair on RB, as Dietrich Mateschitz was asked to buy what became Toro Rosso. Yeah. Like, that team was going to go bust, and someone said, like, oh, do you want it? It's cheap, and he was like, yeah, cool. Is Pourchaire going to get to the line? Oh, he's got like 40 seconds. Yeah, he's fine. Okay, let's fast forward this. Let's see what they can do. We are clear into Q3, it looks like, unless Norris, interesting. We actually got out-qualified by Hamilton as well. Not fun. But into Q2, 3. Very nice. We need to sort this out. Can't be getting out-qualified by Mercedes. Can't be having that. I think, again, the top 3 teams are out of our reach. This pesky Mr. Hamilton, don't enjoy. Do not enjoy. Someone said, favourite budget car, sub £30,000. That's not a budget car. That's £30,000 is not a budget car, my friend. What the hell? But if you are just talking cars under 30,000, you can get a lot of nice like vintage. You can get like a really solid like Honda S2000 for less than that. Probably even less than 20, honestly. Get one of them. That would be sick. Yeah, a nice 2-seater 90s sports car. Hell yeah, like an older Z3 or a Z4, or Mate, you get a lot. You get a lot of stuff for 30k. Some beautiful cars for 30k. Hell yeah. We're gonna go to Q3. Mr. V is actually going to go to the bathroom, the same bathroom that I filmed the latest episode of the podcast in, which you guys should check out if you haven't seen it. I'm gonna put these guys on their banker lap in Q3, and then I'm just gonna run real quick to the bathroom. Hell yes. Tesla's less than 30k. I mean, that's not my favorite car. Those are pieces of shit. In the last place we used to work, we had some Teslas as like we had loads of competitor cars as just like reference vehicles you could check to see what they do differently to us. I have never seen a car made worse than a Tesla Model X. I have seen fake display cars for museums that are made out of like fiberglass that were put together better than Teslas. I wouldn't get in one. Like if I get like a taxi and it's a Tesla, I'm pissed off because those cars are deeply unsafe. Like never ever buy a Tesla. Those cars are horrendous. Genuinely the worst cars I've ever seen. And that is my professional opinion that I stand by. Let's get these guys out for a banker lab behind Sergio Perez. 3, 4, 5. I will change the gearbox. We haven't got to the race yet. I'm going to put you on board of Mr. Sonoda. I'll be right back.
So focus on your tyres and brake. Nice big gap ahead. So go one and push.
And the DHL fastest pit stop award goes to Mr. V. Didn't even stop jogging, lads. Did a drive-by on that thing. Hell yeah. All right. Just starting our flying lap, it looks like. Let's see where these two can put cars in Q3. If we can get 7 and 8 in front of the two Mercedes, very happy. We have outqualified the McLarens before. Norris is not having a fantastic session. We were ahead of him in Q1 and Q2, I think. I think we can get Yuki to like P7, maybe even P6, if we go about this correctly. Let us see. Why are Teslas badly designed? Every single part of that car is made as cheaply as, like, clearly they've just like, so okay, every car company has its own basically internal set of rules on quality, which you learn over time because you make a car and you put it in the market and then you get something breaks and you get loads of market feedback and the company designs its own rule. They say this component can't be within 20 millimeters of this component, this thing has to be this thick, you need to put this radius on this, you need to make sure there's like a water shedder on this component, this can't be in this area, this can't vibrate at this frequency, blah 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 blah, blah. All this stuff, which are basically just like quality standards. Sometimes there are legal standards, and like let's say the EU will have some rules for certain components, they have to meet certain levels. But those internal standards really dictate how every company builds their cars. And that's why some companies have very solid quality because their internal standards are very good. And some companies have very poor quality, like in general, because their standards are very loose. And so they can just like release whatever. Clearly Tesla took all of their standards books. Well, probably never wrote them in the first place, but just chucked them out the window and they're just like, yeah, mate, looks like a car, drives, it'll be perfect. So there's like, they just have all kinds of quality issues that like, that you learn about when you start working in the car industry as like these worst case nightmare scenarios. It's like, oh, here's this quality issue in the 80s that cost Ford like 10 billion US dollars, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, it's this story, this like, this case study. And Tesla seems to have those kind of things daily. Like every car seems to have like numerous issues, just like ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. Did I wash my hands? Yes, of course I washed my hands. I can't prove that to you, but yes. But yes. Right. We are ahead of Russell, which is where we want to be. We are behind both McLarens, which is unfortunate, but kind of not surprising. Norris actually on pole. Norris doing what Norris does. Fair play. Sometimes I think about how Cybertrucks had to put physical side mirrors because they couldn't get the regulations changed. Yeah. Yeah. Lots of stuff like that. If you actually... Because I've used prototype cars that have, you know, camera side mirrors, camera rearview mirrors. I've been in cars that have no glass at the back and there's only a camera. It sounds cool if you describe it. And then you use these things and you realize they are worse in ways that you can't even imagine. Like, if anything is electronic, it can and will have so many more scenarios when it's just shit. It's almost always better to just have a physical object, like a physical mirror, a physical button, something controlled by like a hardwired circuit rather than some digital system. But always better, so much more robust, easier to use, whatever. The reason that car companies put in all this like new tech is to sell you more tech. They can put in the cameras inside the car, put in all this stuff, and then they'd be like, oh yeah, the car is $3,000 more than it was 5 years ago, but that's because it's got all these new features. Like, you don't need these features, mate. They're just charging you more money. Also, it's a push by suppliers. The people who make the real money in the car industry are companies like Bosch, because they make all these cameras and sensors, and then they sell them to you, and they get Euro NCAP to change the rules to say you have to have like emergency braking sensors and all this kind of stuff. They're just trying to sell you more cameras. So yeah, I think cars peaked in like the noughties, honestly, maybe the 90s or noughties when cars were the best, and they're just getting worse now because you keep putting cameras in them, and it's just stupid. Okay. I ran over. Soda is ahead of the two Mercedes. I'm going to go at 2:30 again. I think that was the best time to do it. Behind this Ferrari seems like a decent place to be. No, not reconfigure. Don't reconfigure it. We're going to be behind that Ferrari of poor chair, who I'm not allowed to watch, apparently. Yeah, that's fine. Hopefully he gets a decent gap. If he rides the tail of that Ferrari the whole way through his outlap, I'm going to be thoroughly displeased, Teo. Let's see what happens. Don't worry about Norris's grid position. He'll lose it on lap 1. Can't fault the game for its realism. I really like listening to you talk about this industry stuff. Would love to see some videos like this. Maybe linked to Formula 1, about F1 tech in passenger cars or something. I'll see what I can do. I'm focusing at the moment on like the kind of like more light-hearted videos, but I would like to do more stuff like that because I think it's important as well. You know, like people have there's a lot of cars in the world, but lots of people don't really know how they work or much about them. So I think they'd be interesting. So ready for the mystery automobile industry villain arc. I have a lot of issues with that industry. Like, I'm very jaded by that industry. So more than happy to become auto industry villain. Every time you say noughties, or however you say it for the noughties, I think noughties, my mind jumps to the roaring 20s. Well, they're completely different decades, mate. That's how you say it. That's how British people say naughty. It's the same word, naughty. Let's see where we qualify. Sonoda does not move up. Tail also doesn't move up, but we're not jumped by 2 Mercedes. P7, P9. We take those. We take those. What's your favorite car company then? I don't have a favorite car company. Maybe Audi, to be honest. I do quite like Audis. That's a nice... German car companies do it correctly. And whenever I've worked with people from German car companies, they seem to just enjoy their job more. So clearly they're doing something right.
Prepare for 70 laps of thrilling F1 action.
The heart may be in Budapest, but the
I want to do a motorsport engineering degree, but find that maths doesn't come supernaturally. Any advice? The people I used to work with, you have never seen a group of people worse at maths, so it's not a problem. Like, calculators exist. In any kind of professional setting, and even at university, you will do all of your maths with Excel. So, if you're... I don't know what level in school you're at currently, it's fine. Like, maths can be learnt. Just pay attention to like patterns and rules. That's all that maths is. If you can get through it, at GCSE and you can do one maths A level, you can do an engineering degree. You don't need to be good at maths. So many people in engineering are shockingly bad at maths. It's fine. It's more about having that problem solving ability. And that ability to like work through a complex problem and to work with other people. That's what engineering is. Excel can handle the maths. You'll be fine. Gotta go get that Synodium for me. Hell yeah. Gearbox. Fucking hell, almost forgot. Thank you. So, the car is in parc ferme. Engine looking bad on Sonoda's car. Can we swap that? Yes, we can. It says the car's in parc ferme condition. This game doesn't know shit. Okay, let's get a new engine for Teo as well. And a new gearbox for him, because it's highlighted yellow, and yellow is a bad colour. I think we're all fine on Yuki's car. Yeah. Yeah, that gearbox is fine for another race. New engine as well could give us a bit of a power advantage. This is a track that benefits from a lot of traction, lots of low-speed corners, and so traction is very important. Could be good. You literally had a maths course that was just using Excel to do maths. Well, that's realistic. That's how you do it if it's your job. So there we go. Change the gearboxes. The game seems to think we want a 2-stop, soft, hard, medium strategy. Let's see. Let's see. Let's play around with these strategies. I'm not sure that's the best. Hey, sorry, Brett. Thank you for the $10 super chat. You know what? Let's wait for it to read it out. But that's an interesting question. I'll wait for my text to speech to read it out, and then I'll get to that. Let's play with some strategies until then. It seems to think that this is the same, but that would make sense. I feel like. I kind of want to split them and do maybe Teo on like a 1-stop. No, we want to push, to be honest. We want to push. Are we going to get a safety car? This could be good for like the safety car bait. That is so loud.
Hey, looking to get a used car from the 2000s to 2010 soon. Any brands I should avoid besides Tesla?
Yes. To be honest, rather than brands to avoid, brands to go for, you can't go wrong with German cars. Ever. I don't know where you are in the world, so I don't really know what's available. If I was getting a car from the noughties, you can't go wrong with, you know, like a German, if you want like a hatchback, Golf, always a solid choice. You can never go wrong for Golf. I would say an Audi from the same era, an A3 or an A4, Lovely cars, really nice to drive. Who the fuck is messaging me? Oh. I would say as well, like, Japanese cars are good from the time. Toyota are the best ones. So you pick up a Toyota, they may not be as fun. I will say, if you want a fun, cheap sports car, Gen 3 Toyota MR2, dirt cheap, super fun to drive. Looks kind of weird, fun to drive though. Gen 2 Toyota MR2, beast. Absolute beastie car, very nice. Not the best quality, because I have one, so I can tell you. But yeah, I always recommend everyone just get a VW or an Audi, basically. Is always the way to go. BMW maybe not, because that will explode. Teo on the safety car bait. Yeah, I'm thinking Teo on the safety car bait. We kind of maybe start him on the hard. He never enjoys it. But actually, if we can just stick with the cars in front, which we often can't, if we can stick with the cars in front, then have the better tyres later, could be good. So maybe let's start him on the hard. Let's start him on this strategy. But let's swap him. So we go... Where's the soft? Oh, we only have one. There we go. We only have one of each. So it's going to be something like that. And then it's going to be something like... And it actually says it's faster. 1 second faster. Put Teo on the safety car bait. Hulkenberg's already spun once. I could see Magnussen doing something here. This is the kind of track where we would get a safety car because the barriers are close enough that someone could hit them. Safety car in that game is not real and cannot hurt you. It's just an FIA conspiracy. I did say last time as well we shouldn't do safety car bait because it never happens. It's still a decent strategy and it says actually it's 1 second quicker, so I kind of like that for Teo. Oh, no, update it. Hell yeah. Yuki. I feel like we just leave him on the standard one. I'm going to play with the timings a little bit. See what it says. Kind of want to get off those softs maybe earlier. Let's do like that. Lap 18, bit more of an undercut. Maybe put those final ones on. Actually, no, that gives us good life. Let's do that. Let's do that. The game seems to like it. I'll trust it this time. Now, guys, important question. How much fuel do we put in the car? Because I've heard, you know, if you underfuel the car, then the car's lighter and it drives faster. So how much fuel do you think we should put in the car? Your dream car is a Gen 2 MR2 in purple. Well, if you want to get a Gen 2 MR2 in Ferrari red, then I have one that I don't use that much. I would be willing to sell it to you, you know. It doesn't work so good right now. It's a little bit broken, but you'll fix it. It'll be fine. But yeah, Brett, thank you for the super chat. Get something German. Is always my advice. VW, Audi. It depends what kind of car you're going for. I do quite like Mercedes K series, like a CLK. It's actually quite a nice car. If you want something dependable, VW is the way to go, or a Toyota, but they look like shit in the noughties. They have horrible styling after the millennium, so yeah. Minimum fuel, conserve engine mode, -2 laps, no more. China fuel, plus 20 meters. Put enough fuel in the car. Yeah, I think -2 laps is the way to go. I'm not so good at doing the no fuel strategy. I've heard that works with a one stop. You know what, guys? You know what? Enough fuel for 45 laps or so. So minus 25. That sounds like a solid shout. We could try Teo on the crazy one stop. So we could do him, you know, minimum fuel. And then we go... I'm going to change a different one because I quite like that strategy. We go hard, medium. Something like this. Look at that! That's a strategy. It worked for Ferrari. It worked for Ferrari this weekend. It's gonna work for us. Does this man ever learn? No. No. Yuki's gonna have a normal strategy. Yuki's gonna have a normal strategy. Most of you are telling me I shouldn't do this, but there's a very select number of you that are telling me I should do this, and I'm inclined to believe those guys. I'm inclined to believe the minority. I'm going to do this. He's on minimum fuel. He's going to be on engine conserve. We're going to set him to super conservative. We're not going to go too aggressive. He's going to ride out to the end. Safety car bait. Bish, bash, bosh, done. Yuki is going to have a normal strategy. We're going to go 2 laps under. Normal strategy. He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine and dandy. Pace mode this. It wants pace mode 1, right? Yeah. Hell yeah. Teodium incoming. Look, we got this, guys. Trust me, trust me. Trust me, we got this. Yuki's starting like this just for the first lap, but then we're going to turn him down. We are going to the Hungarian Grand Prix with these settings. Teodium has got this, don't worry. Teo has got this, don't worry. We're taking advice from Ferrari now. They won a race, so yes, we are. Is it possible to get a DNS? I don't know what happened. If you have like a really bad crash in qualifying, I don't know if the game says like, oh, couldn't fix the car in time. I haven't tested that, and I don't want to. Teo DNF. Nah, it's fine, mate. It's fine. But also, Teo is our guinea pig, right? Yuki is our favoritist golden boy. Yuki's the guinea pig, so he'll be fine. It's going to be good. And actually, Porcher already up into P8, back down to P9. But he could get in front of Hamilton. All we have to do is get like ahead of Hamilton and then just hold him in position. It's going to be fantastic. We can put him on ERS push. Put him on ERS push for the first lap. He might get a position or 2. It's going to be good. My focus is on Yuki. And as you all can see, he is already ahead of Oscar Piastri. We are good opening laps. We are good when we go mode push. Yuki loves this kind of stuff. He's on aggressive. I think we can get ahead of a couple other cars. We can get ahead of Norris. Verstappen's going to be an issue. I don't know why Perez is ahead. It's going to be good. The Teo sabotage has begun, I see. Yes, yes. 7-minute advantage. We don't talk about that. Do you remember China, Canada, Silverstone? No, I don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're talking about. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. He's going to be great. Okay, Porcher is falling away from Hamilton, but that's to be expected. Everyone else is doing a 2-stop. We are going long. We are also safety car baiting or red flag baiting. If we get that, the strategy changes. It's going to be fantastic, don't you worry. I'm going to watch the opening couple laps, just basically until we have to put ERS back down to normal. Then we're going to start forwarding this thing, see where we go. The only thing is, Teo does not like going long. It affects his confidence. Not fun. Do I put him on defend? Is that better? Like, do I put him on always defend and hold people behind? I suppose that makes sense, right? I'm going to do it for now until you tell me otherwise. At this point, you should put bike pedals on the cars so they can get over the finish line. We just need to cut the floor off and then they can Flintstone it. He was, like... In Silverstone, he was, what? A couple meters back from the line. Back in the day, they used to just get out and push. I don't know why Yuki didn't do that. Mate, we're going to be fine. We are actually getting close to Norris. Now we have DRS. How much ERS did we just gain from just that one braking zone? We're going to take Lando Norris here, round the inside of turn 2. Yuki gains a position up into P5. Hell yes. Pourchaire is being overtaken more, and knowing we have some relatively fast cars, Russell as well is probably going to take us. I know he doesn't enjoy that, but it's going to pay off in the long run. It's going to pay off in the long run. Trust me, Teo. Trust me, Teo. Nigel Mansell all over again. Mate, if it counts, it counts. You just got to cross the line with the car. No one said it has to have fuel in it. He is going to be fine. He's going to be fine. Okay. Yuki's going to need to go down to standard and balanced. And we put his ERS to normal. We are good. We're going to settle into this race. We're going to start going P2 times 2 speed. See how it goes. Yuki's first stop is quite quick. Lap 18. If we can hold this position, the undercut should help us out. This is looking promising for Yuki. Also, Perez and Verstappen right next to each other. Could we see some teammates crashing? It looks like the 2 Ferraris are fighting each other as well. The 2 Red Bulls and 2 Ferraris all fighting each other. I'm not against a crash up front. I'm not against it. Hello, Mr. V. Hello. Welcome to the stream. You've just joined as we've started the Hungarian Grand Prix. It's a bit of a high overtake aggression. He seems to enjoy that. Things are going perfectly. Ignore these numbers here. That's the strategy. It's going to work great. It's the strategy. I think Mr. V is ghosting me because he's an undercover McLaren hater. What is Pourchaire on? Wet? His tyres are a little cold. I'm not sure that's best for them. I don't know why you have this pace option when the tyres just get like freezing cold. Let's put them on light for a second, see if we can warm them up. Didn't miss the start? No, you're here at the perfect time. Snowda's up in P5. He's ahead of the 2 McLarens. We're exactly where we want to be. He's got his tyres in a good window. We're going for a relatively early pit stop. Going to undercut the shit out of the people ahead. It's going to be great. Teo's going along. We're safety car baiting. But also, it said this strategy was quick. He just needs to not get frustrated. And actually, look, he's keeping Stroll and Russell behind. Maybe should have put him on high overtake aggression at the start, and he would have had Ricciardo behind him as well, but it's okay. All we need to do is stick with these people, stick in the DRS train, and then we just get carried along. They all pit. We have clean air. Bish, bash, bosh, win the race. Step 1, under fuel. Step 2, conserve tyres. Step 3, question mark. Step 4, podium. Done. The strategy is to somehow save 14 kilos of fuel. Yeah, but that's the thing. We have 14 kilograms less weight in the car. Weight is key. When you weigh less, you can drive faster. And therefore, we're going to be the fastest car on track. It's all good. It's all good. Mr. V sabotaging the French. I need to turn that down, I just realised. Put him on top up for now. Step 5, Constructors' Championship. We're on course, guys. We are on course. No one can tell me otherwise. It might be true, but you can't tell me. And that's quite important. Okay, you can go on neutral. Let's start getting through this race a little bit faster. There's not all that much for us to do. I'm going to watch the ERS because you guys tell me that I'm bad at ERS management. So now I'm actually going to use it when it starts to fill up again. But Yuki is in a lovely, nice bit of space. Clean air ahead, relatively. He's got 4.5 seconds to Perez. Those McLarens are not right on the back of us. There is a gap. Pourchaire here also not falling back. In P10, that's a points-paying position. Still relatively close to Ricciardo, only plus like 1.7, which we're basically holding position. We need to watch his tyres a little bit. I like that we've got the temperature out of the blue, but I'm just going to keep an eye on that. I might have to turn them down again. This is exactly where we want to be. I don't like what Stroll's doing. We might end up cooking our tyres a bit if we're holding Stroll behind, but also it's better to hold them behind. The one-stop works great if everyone else gets forced onto like the wrong pit timing. You can drive faster. He's in 10th, Mr. V. Well, I'm driving faster than 12 other people. You fail to notice that's top half. That's That's a decent position to be in. It's all good. It's all good. Pit Yuki for wets, trust me. I'll save that as a backup plan. Yellow flag.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
Oh, Mr. Sergeant. Oh, Logan, you were out of the corner as well. He did hold those two guys up, which is nice though. Gives us a nice bit of a gap to pit into, so I like that. In Yuki's position, big gap ahead and behind. I prefer top up to neutral. Oh, we can go top up. We can go top up. Yeah, look at this. Russell and Stroll are fighting back there, and they're actually dropping back from Pourchaire. Pourchaire, on the granny pace, is outpacing George Russell and a Mercedes. So it's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good in terms of championship implications. Don't forget papaya rules. Oscar Piastri is watching. If 22nd to first is possible, why wouldn't 10th to first be possible? Exactly. I can't argue with that logic. Exactly. No, it's going good. This is a good position. Okay, Yuki's destined for lap 18. Getting there relatively quick. Pourchaire is holding his tyres in that window nicely. Might have to put him back down to conserve just a little bit. Need to also watch... Okay, Yuki's going to go back on neutral. He has now got a McLaren right on his tail. Don't love that. Don't love that. But actually, yeah, Pourchaire within DRS. Within DRS of Daniel Ricciardo. Hell yeah. You remind me of the meme where the Italian chef loads a gun on the pasta and points it to his head. It must be how your strategists feel. I am my strategists. Do we have pink and blue rules? Turquoise rules. New fuel can emote? We do have a new fuel can emote. Because you guys are insistent that I always put not enough fuel in the car, I've given you now a way to show me that in hieroglyphics. So yes, empty fuel can emote. If you are a channel member, a green screen enthusiast, feel free to use it. I'm going to ignore you because I can't put more fuel in the car now. But it's a good reminder. It's a good reminder. Okay, I'll keep an eye on him. I feel like as well, these new engines in the car must be helping. Yuki in P4. Has Leclerc pitted? He has. Interesting. Leclerc's pit for hards. He's on the same strategy we're on, but he's gone for the mega undercut. Sainz as well. Interesting. Kind of reminiscent. Kind of reminiscent of Monza. Curious. Curious. They might have started on a higher pace for those soft tyres. We'll run our race. We're running our race. We got this in the bag. Don't worry. Don't worry. Let's go on interval. Just put fuel in the water-cooled brakes tank. Just a little bit of engineering advice. You don't want to spray fuel at hot brakes. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's going good. Okay. Pitting on lap 18. We're also almost leading this race. If Verstappen pits now, we're going to have a lap in the lead. Pit this lap? Nah. I'm pitting on strategy. I don't want to be too close because I want to have an opportunity to push on those hards if we're fighting people. We can deploy the ERS though on both cars. Hell yes. You keep telling us not to worry. It's making me think we have reason to worry. I've never been wrong before. If you've been watching these streams long enough, you'll know that I've never been wrong about strategy before, so don't worry. It's all good. It's all good. I'm going to put him back down to conserve tyres. As soon as you cross the line, I'm going to dial in Yuki's next stop. Verstappen annoyingly not pitting, which means you don't get a lap in the lead. Very sad. Norris actually is pitting. Norris going to the undercut. Interesting. Hopefully we get a good stop. Cover him off. Have we crossed the line? Now we have. Okay. Let's dial this stop in. It doesn't actually say what lap we're on, which is interesting. The graph does, but it doesn't say it in numbers. Anyway, pit next lap. We are on to hards. Lovely, lovely stuff. Confirm. Confirm.
Yep.
Norris does have a 2-lap undercut on us, but we're going to have more life in our tyres, which means we can push more, which we love to see. 38% on these. I'm going to put them up to push when we cross the line again for the next lap. Keep the ERS burning. Lovely stuff. Let's go a little bit faster through this race. Clean air for Yuki. Go top up for this lap. I'm going to push again for the next lap. It's going to be nice. Pourchaire's still in a good position. In front of Ricciardo now, hanging around the back. Hanging around the back of that Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton. It's good. We do have a Ferrari either side of us. Not the most fun, have to say. In the pits. Kind of wanted to change my ERS just then, but I guess I won't. So Yuki is out. I'm going to leave him on normal pace just to start with, but I am then going to do a couple push laps. We're behind Norris, but as soon as these tyres go up into white, we're going him on heavier tyre pace. We've got life in these tyres, and this is exactly why. If we can get back up to the back of Norris and ahead of him again, we completely ruin that undercut. Brett, I see the super chat. Thank you for the $5. The text to speech, read it in a second, but I'll read it now. Thanks for the advice. If we can ask another question, are Subarus reliable for daily use? Actually, yeah. If you get an older one, older cars generally are just fine for daily use. I know a lot of people who daily Subarus for years, and they were into those cars. They did like a lot of work under the bonnet of them anyway. As long as you're happy to do some like regular maintenance, give them a check the oil's fine, that kind of thing. Yeah, they'll last absolutely fine. You have to put the work in though. It's the kind of car you can't just ignore it and take it for a service like once a year. You have to kind of like know a little bit about it and be good at understanding when you hear those like odd noises and stuff. But if you're fine for doing that, then yeah, great car. We're going to go aggressive on these tires. We're going to start pushing up to the back of Norris. It's so loud.
Pick up the pace a bit.
Hey, thanks for giving me advice. If I can ask another question, are Subarus reliable for daily use?
I would say it's fine. It's fine. It's not the most reliable car ever. If you want a car where you drive it for a year, don't think about it and then just take it for a service, don't get that car. If you're happy to work on it, you know, like once a month just to check it's running good, hell yeah, why not? Okay, we're going to push. I don't like what Piastri's doing.
Use energy.
I don't like what Piastri's doing. People saying Pourchaire pull the gap. I don't know if we start going a bit faster with Pourchaire. I feel we're putting back onto light with the tyres. We got this. I'm going to let the text-to-speech... I see the super chats. I'm going to let the text-to-speech do it because then it's just easier for everyone. Let's get that light changed. Oh, ooh, it's pink. Look at that. Wow. Wow. See, this is good lighting for the stream. Oh, nighttime mode.
Mr. V, I have come to the realization that we literally have the same sponsors, LOL. Also, if you could use IRL sponsors, what would you have on the car?
Let's keep doing what we're doing.
Thank you, Gale Force, for the £5. I guess it makes sense, I guess. Like, all the careers, there's only a few sponsors to choose from, so... Makes sense. IRL, Monster Energy. I feel like you just want something, like, more fun on there. Give me, like, PlayStation as a sponsor. That would be sick. And it makes sense as well. Give me some car brands. Give me, like... Bro, I don't know. What's a cool sponsor? I mean, obviously, MrVsGarage.com. little bit of mysteries.garage.com. Got to remind people. And if you're a channel member, 10% off at mysteries.garage.com. Get a hat, get a t-shirt. That's an excellent sponsor. I'd recommend it for everyone. Lameep. I feel like we can put Lameep. Put Lameep on like on a wing or something. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I always laugh when I see TikTok on Fernando as well. TikTok is not a cool sponsor, man. It's just a weird sponsor.
Yeah.
Why is our fuel so hot? That's weird. Yeah, I feel like some interesting stuff, but I like food and drink stuff, you know. I would drive like a McDonald's car. I do quite like a NASCAR, like an M&M's car. Hell yeah, bro. Give me a Reese's Peanut Butter Cups car. I'll drive the shit out of that. Love me some peanut butter. Just the not even a brand, just the concept of the stuff, peanut butter. I'll be sponsored by that. You know how you used to get adverts for like milk, and they were just from like the Milk Farmers Association America? If the Peanut Butter Association of America wants to sponsor me, and I'll just get a sign that says like, eat peanut butter, unless you're allergic in like small print. Happily. Love peanut butter. Fully addicted. Raid Shadow Legends. I have something worse than TikTok. OnlyFans. What was the car that had an OnlyFans sponsor? There was some car in some series of an OnlyFans sponsor. I completely forget who it was. Also, annoyingly, both McLarens are past Poor Chair. Poor Chair still has quite a long way to go on this sponsor. We didn't get the safety car bait we were looking for. I'm just going to put Poor Chair on Don't Fight Teammate. I will say, though, he's still under fuel. So while he's going slow, it means we're going to get to that final medium stint. Not too far behind, and he can absolutely send it. So it's going to be nice. Green King sponsoring the car. For them peas. Eat sweet corn, mate. Green King. It's a decent sponsor. Mr. V would want Procter & Gamble, Kimberly Clark, and Psycho. What? It was a NASCAR team for an OnlyFans car? I think it was NASCAR, yeah. Big Bottas Uber sponsor. Why did I like the hash track layout so much? Because it's a good track layout. It mainly comes down to corner variety. Like, you just want a track where there's like a lot of different things to do, but it has some nice flow as well. Like, it had some decent opportunity for people to slipstream and then to fight each other. Has some like interesting concepts, but it's not too complicated and too windy. It was a nice track, but variety is the key word here. Put chair on the papaya rules. Yeah. Don't fight Yuki. Yuki's the golden child. Don't fight Yuki. Just don't fight him. To be honest, we're running 7th and 8th, and I think we can definitely finish this race 7th and 8th. Like, Poor Chair has got Hamilton behind. Hamilton has stopped. Interesting. Let's see how that works out. I think we can finish 7th and 8th, but even if it's 7th and 9th, it's where we started, so I wouldn't be too unhappy with that. I was promised a Synodium. Yes, we were promised a Synodium, and it can still happen if we get lucky with card timings. We shall see. Obviously, Yuki went on to these hards a little bit later, which means we can start to push them a bit more, which I'm actually going to do again in a second. Let's push a little bit more now. Let's get some time.
And energy is available.
Copy.
He's going to back down to conserve. We'll just get Yuki straight past Teo. Should get past him nice and quick, because Teo's not going to fight him. Maybe even down this straight. Sonoda up into P7. There we go. Lovely stuff. Can Sonoda start to attack these McLarens? He's only 1.8 behind Piastri. We are pushing. Back into neutral there. Yellow flag. Yellow flag. Bottas with a spin. Yeah, we're going to start speeding this up, I think. Oh, Bottas. It's not a safety car, though. He's just going to pop back onto the track. Yeah, he's driving ready. We can start to speed this up. Sonoda is, I want to say, catching Teo. I think he is. Nice. Our next stops are 48 for Yuki and 47 for Teo, so a late 40s. Let's start to get this going a little bit faster. We're going to leave them on the same sort of push. I kind of want to leave Yuki pushing on these tyres just for now till he gets past Piastri, and then we can start to go down on the tyres. He's going to get Piastri. You watch this space. He is right on the back of that McLaren. Yellow flag. But for what? Hulkenberg.
Now we've an incident here. Kevin Magnussen, it
I
looks
told you it would be a Haas. I said before the two Haas's into each other.
You can see how tight it is, and the impact on the car.
Bro, that's
was
not a
quite
crash.
clear. Who was at fault? Well, there'll definitely be fingers being pointed.
That is... As far as Kevin Magnussen goes, that is a non-incident. Mr. V, I have to go now. Just remember to save fuel, okay? Thank you. Thank you so much. No one's ever told me that before, so thank you. Oh, of course. You guys saying YouTube sponsor. YouTube is a fantastic sponsor. I'd love to have a YouTube sponsor. If I had a real car, even if YouTube don't pay me, a lot of gratitude towards YouTube just as a platform. Bang that YouTube on the underside of the rear wing. It would look cool as well, you know, a nice long logo. Hell yeah. Who's getting a penalty for this? No penalties given. That's because it wasn't an incident, idiots. Okay, Sonoda is 0.7 behind Piastri. He is catching him. Using up the life in these tyres, but we can get that back. We can pit a little earlier, and also we can save on those mediums. Like to see. Let's deploy that ERS. Let's get up to the back of that McLaren, Yuki. You show them why we're the king of the medium speed corners. Literally every lap with Kevin. Yeah, as I said, this game has nailed the realism a little bit. Kevin's a little scrappy in this game. He has a few incidents. Magnussen has damage. I actually don't care because he is behind us. I feel like we need a hell yeah emote. I suppose I do say that from time to time. It's really hard to get words into YouTube emotes. They're just so small. It's really hard to read anything. You want a green screen special livery for Vegas. That is actually kind of cool. If we just go full green, and then we can put stuff onto the car like the sphere. Yuki ahead of Oscar Piastri. We kind of need to come off the tyre push now. But it begs the question, can he start to get up to the back of Norris as well? Are we now on a better race pace? And it looks like we are catching Norris too. We've already gained half a second this lap. The McLaren undercut is coming back to bite them. We have got good tyre life. We need to come off now. We're going to go light. We've already gained a decent gap on Piastri. We're going to just get these tyres cooled back down. Gain the life back. Gain the life back. Then we can push once more. We're going to go top up on that ERS as well. Oscar might come back at us. That's all fine. That's all fine. Want to get that ERS back up to like 50%, then we'll be safe. Baskin Robbins sponsor would be perfect with our color scheme. That would actually look great, to be fair. What companies like pink and blue? Baskin Robbins would be cool. I feel like you wouldn't be able to see it, but it makes a lot of sense. Also, unlimited ice cream. Not against it. Not against it. I feel like, guys, what we need is a special Mr. V monster flavor in the Mr. V colors. When the channel gets big enough, you know, and I've got like 20, 30 million subscribers, I'll see what I can do, because I think the world needs that. I think the world needs that. What tyres do McLaren have on? Good question. Actually, hards for Norris, mediums for Oscar, and we've just outpaced him on our hards. Not looking good for Oscar if he's going on to hards for the final stint. He might not be. He might just have two sets of mediums. Not looking good for Oscar. Seems lots of teams have split the strat, one hards and one on mediums. Ferrari and McLaren done the same. Actually, Red Bull done the same as well. Everyone's split their strats, but in a much more sensible way. It seems when we split ours, we do one normal strat and one crazy one. I mean, we're still in P8. We're still in P8. We're actually not losing time to Oscar anymore, so not against it. Not against it. Are you topping up that ERS, Yuki? What flavour would the Mr. V's Garage Monster be? I know it doesn't look anything like the pink and blue, but I want it to taste like tiramisu. Pink and blue tiramisu. That's the name of the flavor. I love tiramisu. Just the best food there is. Absolutely love that stuff. Alcohol, coffee, chocolate, cream, sponge cake. Can't go wrong. It will be confusing in the pink and blue can, I know, but that's what I want. That's what I'm going to ask for. When I go into that meeting with Monster, I'm going to say, put the tiramisu in the blender, make it taste like that. Hell yeah. Get a G Fuel sponsor, maybe? That is more realistic. That is more realistic for a YouTuber. Obviously, you need to be a much bigger YouTuber, but like, I'm not against it down the line. I've never actually had G Fuel. What is it? It's like is it an energy drink or is it just like a hydration drink? Like, is it basically like making Monster out of powder? Because Lord knows I love me some energy drinks, so I'm not against that at all. How are we looking on the tires? Okay, those are good. We can go back onto this, and I think actually we've fallen back from Norris again. Go back on standard though. Tiramisu has alcohol? Bro, that's what it tastes like. Yes, it does. Yes. Didn't you not know that? Isn't it just Irish coffee? It's not that dissimilar, honestly. I've never had an energy drink in my 19 years on Earth, but I would have a custom Mr. V Monster. I'm gonna screenshot that comment. I'm gonna send it to Monster. I think that's all the convincing they need, honestly. If that makes a new first-time buyer, that's all they want. Can you please do the F1 Clash point system? What is the F1 Clash point system? Another car has an issue. Hulkenberg now has an issue. Not a good day for Haas. Oh, he's fine. There's not even any pieces missing from the car. He's fine. He's fine. Yeah, we are falling back from Norris now. But it's all good. We're going to get him in the final stop. Don't worry. Hamilton takes Pourchaire. Wait, Pourchaire's ahead of Piastri. Did he pit? Oh, Piastri's pit twice. That kind of makes sense. Hamilton has not pit twice, but he is on softs. So, honestly, kind of reflects badly on him that he didn't do that sooner. Just saying. Just saying. It has its own point system. Why does F1 Clash have a different point system to real Formula 1? That makes no sense. I would also lose my energy drink virginity for a Mr. V Monster flavor. It's a weird way to phrase it, but I like this. Thank you. I like the sentiment. Maybe wording next time. You know, phrasing. Let's do this a little bit faster. We still need to get up into like 10 more laps for the next round of stops. Perez is behind Snowder. We can keep him, but nah, it's not our race. It's not our race. He's just going to get past us. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Tires should be fine to get to about lap 46, 47. Yellow flag. Big shunt.
Potential debris, right hand side exit to 5.
Big shunt, you say? Is that Albon? Oh no, it's Sargent, am I saying? Sargent loses a front wing. He said big shunt. The Sargent heavy breathing every time, man. There was no shunt. That was a small end plate clip. So sadly, again, no safety car. I'm not even sure the safety car is real, guys. I don't know about you. I've never seen one. Not sure it's real. Another yellow flag? For real? I see Correa dropping down. He just locks up.
So we're heading now into turn 5.
Pink and blue tiramisu. Pop your energy drink cherry today. Well, we sorted the advert out. I think it's a catchy slogan. I think it's a catchy slogan. Sainz for the fastest lap. Okay, I'll look into the F1 Clash point system. Also, guys, yeah, what year would you like to see? If I do a part 3 for like alternate point systems, do you want to go back to 2021? Or like another year, like 2012 maybe, 2010? I think there's lots of years that make it interesting, but I understand that not as many people are familiar with what happened those years, so... What are you thinking? So we're getting there on fuel. Honestly, we can start pushing on fuel before too long, which is nice. Piastri overtakes poor chair. That's fine. That's fine. It's on a different strategy. We are going to get them. Don't you worry. 2010's a good year. 1978. I was planning 2010 was the idea because it's a mental season. 5 different winners, or 5 different potential winners going to the last race. Wild. The Lauda versus Hunt year. Interesting. 2007. Well, we did 2007, right? Safety car is like Bigfoot in this game. It really is, yeah. Leave that ARS. We'll push again shortly. I keep going too slow. I come out of the replays and I forget to put it in fast motion. 1988 would be good. I don't think that would be that interesting. And also, basically, it's only between 2 people, isn't it? It is nice as well because, like, obviously more recent seasons have more races. Which is why I'm more inclined to those. And just more people actually remember what happened. There's not many of you... I'm going to go out on a limb here. Not many of you were alive in 1988 and don't actually remember that season. I wasn't. I don't remember it. Hamilton with the pit stop issue suits us down to a T. I just see that super chat, but I'm going to wait for the text-to-speech to read it out. Hell yeah. Okay, I'm thinking lap 46 we pit onto these softs. Lap 46. Nah, it's just standard pace, we'll be fine. What is with this delay for super chats, honestly? Honestly. Please don't make me go through 2021 again. Alright, I guess for everyone's sanity, maybe I'll leave that one alone. I was 10 years old in 1988, so no clue either. I was -7. So you're beating me there. Yeah, people know, people have been told the story of 1988, but none of you actually like know that season. So I'm not too inclined to do that. I think 2010. If you don't know the story of 2010, great season. Would recommend. I would recommend watching it if you got like F1 TV. Great season. That 2012, bangers. Just good races back in the day. Really good time for Formula 1. That was like the peak of Formula 1 when I was a teenager. Oh, what a time. That's why I'm a massive Formula 1 fan now, I think. It was good. It was good in the noughties, but like 2010 to 2012, oh, just amazing Formula 1. Amazing stuff. I'm still waiting on your super chat. It's gonna pop up. I just don't know when. There's such a delay. It's crazy. But anyway, Gail, thank you for the £5. Streamlabs is it works on its own time frame, right? Okay, we have got this. We got this in the bag. These tires are getting low. He's gonna go back down to conserve just these last 3 laps. Science with a mechanical fault. What? Oh, just one. There it is.
Okay, hear me out. F1, but it's Mario Party.
Yes. Thank you for the super chat, Kale. I am planning something along those lines. We're getting into the realm for the next point system video where the point systems are so obscure that just trying to figure out how they work is quite difficult now. Do you mean as part of that video? Do you mean like its whole own thing? Honestly, the same way I did like the WWE Royal Rumble, it would be hilarious just to like mod some F1 drivers into Mario Party and do that as my like New Year's treat video. Just do like a full AI game and see how they like compete against each other. Poor chair fuel. He started with -16, so he's doing a lot better than then. He's fine, don't worry about it. He's going long. He's still ahead of Hamilton, so we take those. Has Hamilton stopped twice? Hamilton has stopped twice, but we're about to go onto a set of mediums with Pourchaire. He's going to be able to push those relatively good. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Okay, we're on lap 46 with Yuki. Do I stay out like one more lap just in case? Just in case there's a safety car or something? Let's give it another couple laps. It also means, again, we can push those mediums harder. When we get this back up to -0, it's going to be real nice. It's going to be real nice at that time. Team Principal's cage fight. I love the Royal Rumble video. As a WWE fan, to see Lando hit some high-flying bollocks was hilarious. I love making that video. I don't know if you could tell. I filmed it in a one-off. So, like, what I did was I set up the AI game. I let it record, and I just left the room. So I didn't know. I kind of knew who won because when the game is over, it says, like, oh, winner this. But I didn't know who like, went out when. And then I came back, and I just recorded it in one take. Absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I love making that. I'm tempted to make that an annual thing. It doesn't have that many views, but it was so fun. So I'm just for my own sake, I'm tempted to do that every year. It's a nice way to start the season off right. It's the only correct way to predict the World Drivers' Champion. I might rig it less in the future, you know. Piastri mechanical fault as well. It's all looking good for Mr. versus Garage. Okay, Yuki's about to go on to lap 48. Then maybe this is lap 47. Interesting. Let's call this stop this lap and we can push these tyres. This lap, onto softs, confirm. Aggressive on those tyres, mate. You can do that. You can do it. Pourchaire is looking unhappy. He's going to come as well. We've got enough gap between them. What is the interval, actually? Let me just do some maths quickly. +3, +3. Oh, easy. Easy, mate. That's fine. Okay. Pourchaire can come in as well. Mediums this lap. Confirm. Not going to push those tyres on 30%. That would be silly. He's actually going to top up as well. Snowder's going to deploy, and just so we get to end this lap, I'm going to put him back onto top up or even harvest as he goes through the pits, which I always forget to do. I'm going to read your messages in a second. I just need to not mess up this timing. Come down here and harvest. Hell yeah. I see you saying, Mr. V, permission to add you to my WWE universe. Hell yeah. Of course. Add me to whatever universe you want. That sounds great. Okay, he can go on harvest. Get in them pits, Teo. Get in those pits. Yuki with a 2.8 stop. We take those. We take those. Where is Sonoda coming out? She fighting with an Alpine? Not too fun. Don't like that. We are now ERS deploy. Fuel's going to be good. We've got 20 laps to bring that in. That's all fine. Once again, we're going to go normal pace on these tyres just a little bit, and then we're going to push them. We're going to get some pace out of these. Those McLarens are hurting. 17 seconds behind, but we can catch them up. We can catch them up, no problem. I think Norris is yet to pit again. No, he's made 2 stops. That's annoying. That's annoying. Okay. It's all good. Deploy, ERS, get those tyres warmed up. Nice. FIFA. Past versus present drivers. Oh, you know what? You know what? That's not a bad shout. As like, again, like a little bonus off-season video. Set up like an AI game. Current grid versus like F1 Hall of Fame in FIFA. Put in like speed stats and stuff like that. I do quite like the sound of that. Just let the AI play it. I like these ideas. There's have a lot of setup, those videos, but they are fun. They are fun. Mr. V versus The Undertaker and Hell in a Cell. How old is The Undertaker nowadays? I feel like it gets into elder abuse when he's too old. Put them on top up, actually.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Okay, as soon as these numbers aren't blue, these guys are pushing these tyres. F1 Clash point system is 2 points per position all the way down to 20th. That's weird. I don't like that. Really? That's just odd. That's just really strange. Undertaker's 59. It gets to a point and there's a crossover because he's got the wrestling experience, but I'm not a pensioner. So there gets to a point where there's a crossover where I can actually defeat him. I don't know if that's happened yet, but could be close, you know. We could be getting there. We could be getting there. Okay. We were 17 seconds behind Piastri. We've already got that down to 12 seconds. Piastri has a mechanical fault. I think we are catching him pretty rapid. He does obviously have traffic. He's about to lap Russell, which is wild. I like where this is going. Pourchaire, the same thing. Should be catching Ricciardo like it's nobody's business. We like to see it. These fuels are getting close to zero. Someone just said Mr. V elderly abuse. Hey man, it's called entertainment, right? If he agrees to that cage match, then it's not abuse anymore. It's fine. You could do a mega season where F1, F2, and F3 compete for the same championship.
There's a yellow
Ugh.
flag now.
You give me video ideas for lots of work, guys. Let's get some of those. Let's get some of those easy ideas in. What a morbid nickname for when the Undertaker gets old. Yeah, I know. It ages badly, which in and of itself is an ironic statement. Okay, let's turn this down. Don't want to go too crazy on these tyres. But we've gained some ground already. Sonoda is only 7 seconds behind Piastri. This is looking good. Piastri is not having a good time against McLaren. Norris is still... Piastri pits again? Piastri pits again? He's 3 stopping? Excuse me? Piastri's 3 stopping. This idiot. Well, that's P6 for us then. I mean, if Norris does the same thing, we could be getting P5 here. Piastri mechanical fault, honestly. This kid is washed, mate. This kid is washed. Alright, let's keep an eye on this. I think we're fine. Taylor can push that a little bit. Yuki's going to top up a little bit. Drawing F1 drivers from memory actually would be hilarious, to be fair. That's a good... So, I didn't mean to pause that. I've been thinking about this. You guys have been saying that you would kind of like the podcast to be every week. And also, I'd quite like to get some guests on the podcast. If I can get some guests on for the non-race weeks, we can start to do some weird little challenges like that. Or even if it's not part of the podcast, just like, you know, more videos. Kind of like I did the thing with Tomo or the thing with Noah. Drawing F1 drivers from memory would be absolutely hilarious. So I do quite like the sound of that. Alright, let's start to go. Ahead of Piastri. Are we catching Norris? The numbers would indicate... No. Potentially not. But apparently there's a chance people ahead are 3 stopping. So keep an eye out for that. That would be nice. That would be nice if that was the case. Needs to be careful on Yuki's tyres. He's got some margin, but we can't be too crazy. Sainz with a 3rd stop as well. Maybe they are 3 stopping. If Norris goes for a 3rd stop, we'll be ahead of him on track. Not against that. Not against that. Canada Sprint Alarm. We've got tons of fuel. I can put him in conserve if you really want, but we got tons and tons of fuel. What is that replay for? Russell mechanical fault. Why are you showing me Yuki, though? Fuel delta warning. Oh, he's fine, mate. Even the game... No one trusts me. No one ever trusts me. I feel very untrusted. Low effort video idea, rating on members' seasons by name alone. I do... Firstly, how is Oscar Piastri there? I don't like that. I don't like that. Maybe 3 stopping was a good idea, it turns out. Quite annoying. I do quite like the idea of like rating viewers cars or like rating viewers whatever. So we could give that a go. We could give that a go in the future. Fuel for the content. I need to work on my Mr. V bad strategy compilation. I need more content, guys. We still got this. We still got this. If Norris does pit again, it could be good. Also, we now get that DRS tow from Piastri. We're good in a DRS tow. We go deploy just to stay with him.
A lot can still happen.
See, a lot can still happen. Also, we're saving fuel. As soon as that says 0, push. Easy peasy, mate. Clip farming here, yeah. Someone said, would it be funny if Teo finished and Yuki didn't? No, that would not be funny. I don't like that suggestion. Let's not do that. Maybe try to get fastest lap by pitting. We can pit in front of Hamilton. Just in case you have like a pit issue. I don't know. I could do poor chair. I could pit poor chair, honestly. I'm tempted just to leave them on this, to be honest.
No energy.
Go on that top up. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There's so much to manage.
Focus on charging the pack.
F1 YouTuber Royal Rumble. That would be funny as well, to be fair. Rate my viewers' credit score. What is this yellow flag? Okay, it's not a safety car. If you do rating viewers stuff and Lameep submits anything, it's auto 10 out of 10. Of course, of course. Lameep is the GOAT. Lameep can do no wrong in my eyes. Absolutely no wrong. Right, I think we might be in the positions we're going to finish now. I think Pocher can get Ricardo again. We need to be careful on these tyres. I don't want to like completely get them down to the grain. But I'm pretty sure we can catch Ricardo. We're catching him now. Yeah. Pork chair is lapped. Is he? Is he? What? He is. Oh, in that case, let's push. No one told me that. Actually, how close is Yuki to getting lapped? Because if so, get that off the screen. Yuki here, Leclerc there. Not going to happen, I don't think. But yeah, Pocher behind Leclerc. Oh. How much is one lap? It's like 2 kilograms. He could probably push, honestly. I'll put him on standard, but we'll do this. We'll do this. It means as well he's got more tyre life, so he can start to go aggressive on these tyres. We're definitely getting Ricardo. We're getting P9 for Pocher. And to be honest, we started P9, we end P9, we take those. Piastri with the big mechanical fault. What if Lameep isn't an Alonso fan? We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I don't like that thought. Don't like that thought. Is Piastri going slow? Not that slow. Fuel delta warning. No, we don't have a fuel delta warning. He's down a lap. He's fine. We don't have a warning. We don't have a warning. Shut up. Yuki 31 seconds ahead of Hamilton. He's the real GOAT. I agree. I agree. Piastri out of the race! Did he retire? Or did he just crash? P6, baby!
Are you kidding me?
See, that's how you gain positions in Formula 1, guys. You don't drive fast. You just sabotage other people's cars. That's the way to do it. Absolutely smashed it out the park, Yuki. I can't fault him on this strategy. Don't DNF. It's always a solid strategy. Science mechanical fault as well. Another DNF in front of us.
Surely some kind of fault.
You're saying we pit and then we're behind Leclerc. It's actually not the worst idea. Because we can pit and still be ahead of Hamilton, but then we'll be lapped. Okay, actually, this is kind of genius, guys. This is kind of genius. The one thing is, well, no one's going to retire in front of us. If someone like went off in front of us, we could catch them, but it's such a slim chance. I'm going to pit this lap onto softs. We're going to absolutely send it. Nah, we're going to absolutely send it. We'll get lapped, and then we're final fuel. It's a genius strategy. A genius strategy. Trust me. Trust me, genius strategy. I am just the 4D mastermind of Formula 1.
Copy.
No one has ever been this smart as a Formula 1 strategist as I am right now. My genius astounds me sometimes, honestly. We need to make sure that Porcher gets ahead of Ricardo as well, because this is for P8 now.
Copy.
31 seconds to Hamilton.
Yeah, I agree.
If I do not get lapped to our Oscars, yeah, that's fine, see? It's a win-win. It's a win-win-win-win-win. Yuki can only win. Not the race, but strategy-wise. So, it's a banger. Time in pit. I don't like how that's getting close to like 30. That should really be less than 30. Where is Hamilton? Where is Hamilton? No, he's there. Mate, easy peasy. Easy peasy. We're going to do one install lap. We're going to go normal on these tires, and then we're going to go mega send. Mega send. Harvest that battery. Mega send. Still got 13 seconds to Hamilton. Poor Chair is just going to top up as well. We are... Where is he on... Poor Chair, P8! Yes, my beautiful baby boy. My beautiful baby boy. Poor Chair is finishing. You shut up. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all good. We don't need to do 70 laps because we are lapped. And so, this is a genius strategy. Russell, the mechanical fault, he's behind us, I don't care. Mate, if Sainz retires also, I'm going to be ecstatic. Ecstatic. Okay, Sonoda is coming around to end this lap. Going to turn everything up to the max. We're going to get that fastest lap. Boff, boff, boff.
Press and hold available.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Full attack. Do it, mate. Send it.
A lot of low speed scrubbing. Push now.
Okay.
Why did the box show 30 seconds? So we were in for 30 seconds, but that's not the same as your time loss, because if you don't pit, it doesn't take 0 seconds to get from pit entry to pit exit. Like, it still takes 10 seconds to get around that time. So if you're in the pits for 30 seconds, the loss is like 21 seconds, because it still takes however many seconds to drive the same distance on track, right? So that's why. So we were in for like 35 seconds, which is how it goes.
So tyres are good.
Okay.
Egg static. You have the Mr. V egg emoji. Why aren't you using that one? Porcher overtakes Hamilton. Oh, guys. I am a strategy genius. I'm sorry to tell you, he needs to save those tires now.
Copy that.
I am a strategy genius. Look at Port. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine.
Copy.
Teo ahead of Lewis. Sonoda, hopefully going to get fastest lap. We'll see how this pans out.
No more overtaking.
Copy.
Yuki Sonoda, fastest lap. Oh, yes. Okay. Top up, top up, top up, top up, top up, top up.
Copy.
Back down to... I mean, he can still drive him aggressive, to be fair. Mate, just fully fucking send it, honestly. Put fuel on conserve, just in case, you know, just for the banter.
Yeah, copy.
Big lift.
Conserve on those tyres, Teo. We've got Hamilton behind. That's a decent gap. Hamilton over 3 seconds behind. Why is he falling so far behind? But this should be our final lap, I think. Do I think that? I don't know what I think. Teo needs to be careful. 30% those tyres. Really would quite like Leclerc to finish the race now. Leclerc is actually on lap 69. That's what that's saying. Understand. We may have pushed a little bit too hard on Porcher's tyres. He'll be okay. He'll be okay. Put in your bets now. Does Teo run out of fuel or does he get a puncture? Teo finishes this race in P7, okay? Punctures aren't real. if you just say no to punctures, they legally cannot hurt you. So I've decided I'm just not going to get a puncture. It has been ordained.
Copy.
See, 29%. That's over a quarter of the tyre left. Loads of tyre. Teo with a Lightning McQueen tactic. Hamilton is 0.9 behind again. Not a fan of that. Let's watch him. How close is Hamilton? Oof. 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 Doof. Ugh. I feel like we can go heavier on the fuel, though, if we are a lap down. Oh, my God! The pace of that Mercedes. Where did he get that from? Deploy that ERS.
Okay.
Hamilton is not getting past us, I will have you know. Just don't push the tyres, just dump more fuel in the engine, stay ahead. It's easy, it's easy. Didn't Yuki have 0%? It was okay in P1. 0% what? 0% tyres I think would be bad. I don't want to try that one. All right, if we just go push, then he's already gained a second on Hamilton. It's all good. Go back down. Yuki is actually back up to parity. Yuki takes the checkered flag. That is a banger. 3 corners left for Teo. Tyres on 27.
Thank you very much.
Round that one. 2 corners left. 2 corners left, Teo. You got this. Hamilton 1.5 behind. 1.5 behind. 1 corner left. Just don't get a puncture. Do not spin. Do not run out of fuel. Do not pass go. I mean, do pass go. That, my friends, is a P6 and a P7 and a fastest lap for Yuki Tsunoda. And I think you'll find that is Mr. Versus Garage best result to date. Oh, you're welcome, Teo. He didn't trust me at the start, but it all worked out a treat. It worked out a treat. F1 teams don't want you to know this one simple trick, but it works every time, some of the time. Hell yeah, I got an achievement for that.
For Yuki Tsunoda.
I got an achievement for
Operator fan-
finishing a race with the fastest lap. That's the first time we've done it.
They exceeded all expectations. A finish in the points.
Hell yeah.
It is very
And we didn't even have to DNF to get points this time. Actually crossed the finish line. Look at that. 2 cars ahead of both Mercedes, beating McLaren even. So actually more points than McLaren this race. Drivers standings. That means Yuki is up and catching on Oscar Piastri. A couple more DNFs for him and Yuki Tsunoda's up into 6th. We gain once more on Lewis Hamilton. Love to see it. Lewis Hamilton washed. Get out the clothesline. He is washed. Also, it means Teo is gaining again level with Daniel Ricciardo. Easily going to get past him. Can he get Hamilton at the end of the season? Still got a few races to go. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Constructors' Championship. We build our lead once more on Mercedes. Plus 15. Dirty. Naughty. Filthy. Love to see it. It's going good, guys. I just realised Red Bull and Ferrari equal on points in the constructors in this game. Spicy. Spicy stuff. And actually, Carlos Sainz only 10 points behind Max, which is mad. Who won that race? It was Leclerc. It was Leclerc. Leclerc, Verstappen, Sainz. Very nice. Very nice. We are tragic at pit stops. All good, all good, all good. 400 grand in the bag. Hell yeah. That's lovely stuff, guys. That is lovely stuff. I see someone asking, when is the next stream going to be? Good question. So, I said I'm going away on Friday morning for 8 days. I obviously need to get the next video ready and released. So I'm going to be working pretty flat out on the next video now. If I edit this video faster than I thought I was going to, there will be a stream Thursday evening. Best place to stay in the know is on Discord, but also you'll see it scheduled a couple hours ahead of time. Thursday evening, same sort of time. If not, probably won't be a stream for like 2 weeks now, sadly, because I'm going to be away. But we will come back the stream in 2 weeks' time, I'll do like 2 races. I might even do like a full long, like do the whole day Saturday and do like 3 races in one, that kind of thing. Like do a big catch up. Hell yeah. Next race is going to be Spa, whenever that is. Get in the Discord. Even if you're not a channel member, get in the Discord. Anyone can join. Stay in the know. Get talking. Get involved. Organize some activities. Lovely, lovely stuff. Link is down below. I do not have a bot working in the chat. It's just in the video description. You'll find it. That is going to be it from me for now. I don't think there's anything we need to do. We manufacture some side pods. That's nice. Oh, and Teo's 81 rated already. He's going to overtake Yuki soon. And also Janine Meyer is 61, so that's great. Oh, it's a mid-season break. Oh, and I'm doing a great job. 2 places ahead of target. Long-term objective. 13 races I've scored points in. Already smashed it. Dunzo, mate. Nice. And I got 1.5 million for just being good at my job. Kind of wish that would happen in real life. That would be nice. Just saying. But we take those. We take those. Yeah. Stay informed. Get in the Discord. Follow on Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. Give the stream a thumbs up. Go watch the podcast. You know what to do. MrBeastGarage.com. Buy a hat. Buy 10 hats. Buy as many hats as you can possibly eat. It's been great. Thank you to everyone for the super chats and all the gift subscriptions. It's been lovely stuff. I'm going to call that there. Catch you guys around.